Marital, we stand for justice, we stand for justice over religion. Marital, we stand for justice. We are religious, we are religious, we are outside and nothing down forever. Are we going to follow to our akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ létí ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo. Tọ́lọ́rọ̀ bá gbọ́ kí ni bàbá ọlọ́rọ̀ wá fẹ́ ṣe. Lórí òtítọ́ lórí òtítọ́ wàá jálè tó. We stand for truth and justice. We are liberated religiously. Tàbá ṣẹ̀bẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà ẹni máa yọ ayọ̀ ẹni máa tẹ̀lé tán. Làákàyè rẹ̀ kò mọ dídọ́gba. Tìmí Daniels. Ogun ayé kò ní borí rẹ̀ o. Ọ̀gbà ní tẹ̀lé obi ọ̀wọ̀. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ mú. Rotimi Daniels. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ pa. Nítorí òtítọ́ ló gbé dání. Òtítọ́ ló gbé dání. Bá ṣe bọ́mọ náà ìdílé ìdílé ògo tó ń lọ ìdílé Rotimi Daniels. You speak truth, love, and humanity over religions. Láàárín àwùjọ. Tìmí Daniels. An antidote for corruption. We speak the truth, we speak the facts. You tackle corruptions. You break the table. You break protocols. You break shackles. Fàájà Rotimi fàájà. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀ ètò ní fàájà o. Ẹkùnlé gbogbo kò sọ fún tòkò pé Tìmí Daniels is here for unity. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀ we stand for justice. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀ we stand for justice. We are religious, we are parental, we are Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice, we stand for justice over religion. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice. We are religious, we are friends. We are religious, we are outside and nothing down forever. Are we going to do alone? Akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ létí ọlọ́rọ̀ gbogbo. Tọ́lọ́rọ̀ bá gbọ́ kí ni bàbá ọlọ́rọ̀ wá fẹ́ ṣe. Lórí We stand for truth and justice. We are like bread and justice. Tàbá ṣẹ̀gbẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà ẹni máa yọ ayọ̀ ẹni máa tẹ̀lé sọ́ọ́. Làákàyè rẹ̀ kò mọ dídọ́gba. Tìmí Daniels. Ogun ayé kò ní borí rẹ̀ o. Ó máa ní tẹnu tó bí ọ̀wọ́. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ mú. Rọ́ọ̀tù mi.
Henry Ọ̀dánà Èkè.
Ayé kò ní rí ẹ pa. Nítorí òtítọ́ ló gbé òtítọ́ ló gbé ká. Bá a ṣe bá ọmọ náà ìdílé ògo tó ń lọ ìdílé rántí ní rántí You speak truth, love and humanity over religions. Láàrin àwùjọ. An antidote for corruption. You speak the truth, you speak the fact. You tackle corruption. You break the table.
Ayọ̀ Adé Agrichi.
You break shackles.
Ee, Bàfó Àbọ̀jà Àfọ̀já. Èèyàn mi nìyẹn, brọ́dà mi. Àwa ti UI greatest white. Bùkẹ́sì Mórí. Thanks, bàbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, Bàfó bàbá Àfọ̀já nìyẹn. Eégún ṣẹnu jẹ́jẹ́ mọtí. Égbè. Ọ̀, Bàfó àbá. Ó ga o. Okay. My wonderful daddy, Adédèjì, Adétúnjí, mo rí yín, mo ráyọ̀sà, Olúwakẹ́mi, Ògúngbémi, Adéọ̀sùn, Tèmbí. Àlàáfíà ni bàbá mi. Mo ṣì ń try láti fix ojú yẹn bọ̀ mí lẹ́dí tí mo ti rí. Mo gbẹ̀dẹ́rì tí mo ti rí Bàfó, mo sọ pé lágbóyá láti yú ẹ.
Ó mọ̀ ṣògo, ó mọ̀ ṣògo.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣògo glance. Ṣògo glance.
Mi ṣe ní mo ṣògo glance àfìgà ẹ̀ mo mọ glance dáadáa.
Ó dẹ̀ wá mọ Bùkáyọ̀.
The same Bukayo.
Mẹ́ta láti vet in time.
Your friends don change o bàbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ẹ ti place ojú ẹ látàárọ̀, àṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ lójú mi ṣe dà.
Ó ti change gan, ojú ẹ ti change gan bàbá. Ọlọ́ọ̀. Ojú mi. Ojú mi ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe, kò sẹ́ni tó rí mi láti yọ ẹ̀ tí ò dá mi mọ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tó rí mi tí ò dá mi mọ̀. Bàbá rí ẹ àti ń dàgbà kọ́ lọ ṣàánú wa ni, kó já tètè rọ́nà lọ. Bàbá àti ń dàgbà, Níwájú ọmọ kékeré ọdún ni. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much, Baba. Abi, thank you so much. Abeg, send your number to me through DM. Ben. Beg, send your number to me so that I go reach you. All right, Baba. You know me go, thanks. All right, Baba. All right.
Rotimi Daniels Foundation.
Àwọn kan là lọ léèwé. Nígbà tán dé tán ní àlọ́ léèwé. Àwọn kan ní Rotimi ṣé o ò ní fèsì pé they claim that you didn't go to school, that you're just always making mouth. I said to respond to such people on say whether I go school or not go school. Like seriously? Later when I realized that they were even supporters of Tinubu, I understand where they are coming from. Because it is only our president you ask now. Where are your primary school mates? Nobody. Where are your secondary school mates? Mbano. Okay, the one where you go for abroad, who be your mate? Because you date, I can still locate my primary school friends. Then through our WhatsApp group, we were able to locate one another. Secondary school mates, we have our group. University, we are always connecting with one another when we see one another. Eh? Even the one for abroad, we still have the group. We still they get everybody's contact. So when they came and said, Rotimi didn't go to school, I said, okay, no problem. So gbaduro. Bad amuwa, kò sí wàhálà. Light up, mo rí yín mo ráyọ̀.
Daniels. Aláyùbárìgbà. Daniels Foundation. One my battalion. Àfúnimáwò bẹ̀ o. Àwí kọ̀ǹkọ̀ lójú ọlọ́run. Àgbẹ̀kàtà ẹ̀sìn ìyàwó lẹ́rọ̀. You are an antidote for corruption. You speak the truth, you speak love and humanity. You tackle corruption, you say the facts. Bàbá ní rẹ́mẹ́jì nínú ìlú Ìdẹ́gàdé. Nínú ìlú yóò Ìdẹ́gàdé. We love you to me, we want you to know that life exceptional. Wonderfully made, ìwọ náà ni olùgbò àgbáyé. Rotimi Daniels, àwọn bá jẹ́ lọ. Rotimi ooo. Rotimi Daniels máa gbọ́ bí mo jẹ́ ń wo kí àwọn bàbá tó bí ẹ lọ́mọ. Ilẹ̀ ọmọ wọn ní Abẹ́òkúta ará Kémàjò ọmọ ẹrú ní sinmi ẹ̀bọ́n kì í sì nìyàn ọmọ yọmúyọmú gbòòrò ń gé ọmọ wọmúwọmú ò ṣàlùlù ń gé. Ìwọ tún lọ́mọ wọn nílùú Ìbàdàn o. Ọmọ àjòrò sùn ọmọ àjẹpìnjẹ karahun àfikàrahun.
Olúfẹ́mi Ògúngbèmóríyìn Ráyọ̀sà. Bolly legal tips. When you need any legal attention there in the UK and you don't know who to turn to, try and reach me. I will link you up with my wonderful, well-trusted sister. Please don't hesitate if you're in the UK and you need some legal services, let me know. And also today I decided to go in the direction of families, and I titled this Overcoming Challenges as Couples, most especially in this Tinubu's era in Nigeria. I know the challenges that we face are common to what other couples are facing in other nations. However, when you consider the primary ones in Nigeria, you realize that the Yorubas will say that Enyori your delay, because the same Yorubas say that Tebi bá ti kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́ Ishebushe. But right now, we're not even talking about hunger in Nigeria. Light up, Ekabo, sorry to you. We're not talking about hunger in Nigeria. We're talking about being alive. Then we now pile up some other challenges. We talk about the fact that this regime has finally and succeeded destroyed the foundations and the fundamental recipes that actually made training to be very easy during the days of our own parents and grandparents. When you consider the friction that can come as a result of income and so many channels through which the income must go to, what about the economic challenges? Anic fashion. Then all of these challenges, how they affect the sex life. We'll discuss that. What about the stress management technique? Because all of these things will make somebody to be stressed, which of course, as a result, the husband and wife will say they are looking for fruit of the womb. When a man is not eating very well. But it's one of the things that makes me believe that Eledumare exists, because when you consider what we eat in Nigeria, currently the sperm of our men should not be resulting into kids again. A man that has gone since morning with only, God bless Canada, you are welcome. You know, a man that has gone since morning, he only managed to eat corn, shared corn. Because I remember about few years ago when we saw that, we thought it was something that would come and would go. When we saw that the roasted corn sellers, they have started, because Nigerians could no longer afford a whole cob of corn. So the sellers, they started devising method whereby they cut the maize or the corn into smaller portions so that Nigerians could afford. It is not so bad that even to get water to drink easily in Nigeria, you must be rich. Okay? So when you combine all of these things together, then you're going to be asking, how are our women still able to get to be pregnant in Nigeria when the quality of what a man is eating has reduced drastically? Iṣẹ́ Olúwa kan tún nìyẹn. Ó dà, our women able to survive all of these things? Because either we like it or not, ṣé obìnrin, àwọn obìnrin owó náà mọ̀, obìnrin owó náà mọ̀. Even if a woman is trying to raise you up, she's suffering, she's fighting alongside, and she's trying to help you up because of the love she has for you, even though she cannot 100% say that after you break through that you will be a responsible man eventually. She's also doing it blindly that, you know what, this life we're leading, it is even risky, so let me take this risk. So she's doing it. After 1 or 2, 3 years and nothing is forthcoming, and even your own head too is shaking as a man, that orí ti wá di ìrù, you know already that such a woman will get tired. What about the communication levels when it comes to pre-marriage and during marriage? In what way? If you have been having good communication levels before, but because of all these occurrences and the challenges, the communications have escaped totally, are there couples in the house that can help us tonight, that will help us look for the various ways in whatever things you're doing in your family that is working? Come and share with us how the communication levels can be instilled again. Then I mentioned one of the foundational part of our living that Tinubu and co, even from the days of the PDP, Baba Obasanjo, you understand, what we grew up to know in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, when we did anything then, maybe you went to school, you got back home, this is big pen. Anytime we were going to school, our parents will use a tiny sheet of paper. They will write our name, Rotimi Daniels. They will put it in so that you will not come home with someone else's pen. So when maybe without announcement, your mom says, "Oh yeah, bring your bag." Anytime then she starts going through your bag. She sees a Nintendo game which she did not buy for you. She will put it to one side. Ruler, Adekanbi Aderemi is the name on the ruler. Ìjọ tó di Adekanbi Aderemi, you will tell me and your papa today. She will put it aside. Even your pen, it is Rotimi Daniels that I gave you. Okay, this is Rotimi Dan, this is yours. Where did you see Ronke Akinmushere? Oh yeah, put it one side. And immediately mothers will say that thing then that tí bàbá ẹ bá dé, you will begin to run on iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n rán. You will be fetching water like to buy. You will carry all the clothing, dirty clothing, you'll be washing. Mommy, please, don't kill me. Mommy, please, don't tell daddy. Mommy, don't tell daddy. How many of you remember what I'm trying to say? But today, but again, they're not saying if you continue like this, wọ́n máa fi ẹ̀yìn ẹtì àgbá, they will put your back against the drum. Because you will remember back then that anybody who was caught in an evil act, there was no bargaining. They take them to Babish. They buy them. But gradually, when we started having the likes of Tinubu in government, this foundation has not only been broken down, we have been able to build another one that makes our children to feel that stealing and damaging people's lives is a normal way of life. So as couples, how do you navigate around this well-damaged foundation such that, how many of you remember during the days of Wole Wole? Every Saturday then, how many of you remember? The Wole Wole then even sounded, we don't want to talk about Olopa, we don't want to talk about the police then. Please, Inspector General of Police, Disu, wọ́n ní tọ́mọ kékeré ò bá bá tàn, á bàrọ̀bá, àrọ̀bá ní bàbá tàn. It is your era we are talking about now. Ó ti bàjẹ́ láyé Olúgbọ́n, ó ti bàjẹ́ láyé Àrẹ̀sà, or Lutokan, whatever his name is. Láyé títí yín, ṣó máa ṣe ògo Nigeria Police máa padà? Will the glory of Nigeria Police be restored? That is what we are asking now. Because common Wole environmental personnel then, how many of you remember on Saturdays when everybody will be washing, cleaning the environment? We always go. Those were the things that built the communities. We will clean gutters together. We will clean the area together. We were almost going into one another's houses to clean back then. And if you refuse to do what you are supposed to do, they will now say that táwọn wọlé bá ti dé, wọ́n máa pè fún ẹ. As a child, you start running out of scatter. Mọ́mí ẹjọ́ má pè wọlé fún mi, ẹ má pè wọlé. Not to talk of police. When you hear police, especially, how many of you remember their uniform then? Very glorious uniform. I cannot remember the evil regime that started asking our police officers to wear black, even in that useless or very, very, very hot economy. I will tell you for a fact today, all of us must share this blame. And everyone who has had a direct share of what has come of that once wonderful nation, it's not going to be easy for you. Yes. Now, talking about this foundation, unfortunately, the same police that we were afraid then, that you dare not cross for, you cannot even misbehave. Gradually, the Nigeria police has become a source of big ridicule. That even common Yahoo boys on the street, they mess around with them. You know why? From the days when we established the fact that the police, their conscience has prices, that's the day we broke down the wall of that defense. And some of you are not awake yet. That another Nigeria police will be the one that will be doing agbodegba for kidnappers. How many times have we seen in the news ọ̀gọ̀lọ́pàá tó máa fi ìbọn rent fún àwọn olè? Then gradually they erased the syndrome of màá fi ẹ̀yìn ẹtì àgbá or the foundation of wọ́n máa fi ẹ̀yìn ẹtì àgbá, such that the same Nigeria police that should be arresting and immediately within the jurisdiction of constitutions of Nigeria, immediately somebody is apprehended, láàrin 24-48 hours, the person is charged to court. Tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ bá jẹ mọ́ kán fẹ̀yìn ẹtì àgbá, so that the prisons are not filled up, 1. 2, so that at the end of the day, it will serve as a lesson for anyone who would want to embark in such business. It is the same Nigeria police that are now solidly behind people that are the primary thieves in that nation. So we're coming back to the family now. How do couples navigate this totally broken down society when it comes to raising children? Because this can actually also be a source of friction in the house. A man is thinking, how do I fend for my family? How do I do this? A woman is worried. Bàbá rántí mi ò jẹ́ bàbá mi dá sọ́rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ yìí. Ṣó fẹ́ pa mí ni? Ṣó fẹ́ sọ mí di kìnìkan? Kí ló fẹ́ kí n ṣe? Màá lọ látàárọ̀. Farabalẹ̀, èmi náà ń lọ látàárọ̀, ṣé bá jọ ń lọ àjọ ń dé ni, but a gbúdọ̀ pawọ́pọ̀, agéjì ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù dórí. Now, what about lack of intimacy that is being created by this era, by this set of useless people in government that we have? It has dried up intimacy. Some people are just living together now. Ó lè mọ̀ pọ́kọ àti ìyàwó ni wọ́n. Ó lè mọ̀ pọ́kọ àti ìyàwó ni wọ́n. It is one syllable. Before, if the wife says that, dear, you know those sweet names, àwo ò tí marry àmọ́ but nínú movie tá ti rí. Hello dear, jọ̀ọ́ bá mi rí bra mi. You know, dear will now answer, ayé ẹ̀rì lóde. Nígbà tó ń ṣe tàǹtìrìntìrìn lọ́wọ́, bra yẹn ti máa bọ́ sí abẹ́ bed, wọ́n á tún fira wọn ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Àṣé Nàìjíríà dáńgbà yẹn ni. Ṣùgbọ́n sìn tíyàwó bá ṣèṣì sọ pé ẹ mọ̀ kò sọ̀rọ̀ di àmọ́, ẹ lóró tì mí, jọ̀ọ́ bá mi rí bra mi, torí ẹ ò bú tó ṣe dídán ni, ṣe ìjọ wo ni gbogbo yẹn. Kábíyèsí. Ṣàjọ ń wọ ni, ṣó rọ́yàn láyà mi ni. So the friction has set the husband and wife into one or monosyllable question and answer. And our society is weeping. Our society is bleeding. And it is not by the making of these morons in government, these wicked souls, but by our own making too. Because when you look at the parastatals, where these laws and everything are coming out from to damage our lives, our family members, our fathers, our mothers, our brothers and sisters are there. Some of them even append their signature to the rules and regulations that are coming out, serving as corrosive agents, damaging the metallic foundation of our upbringing. What about trust issues? We talk about that as time permits because I have only 2 hours today. Then what about personal expectations in marriage and career? Of course, so many husband and wife today, they cannot achieve their primary set goal when it comes to career because of what the economy is now. That alone is creating friction. But you don't even know. Bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lóbìnrin ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́kùnrin. Don't get it twisted and thinking that it is only obìnrin that is always feeling touchy when she cannot actualize her dreams. A man too is even more affected. We'll go there. What about external and social pressures? So we're going to be bringing them up one after the other. We'll be touching on them. Please, the major thing we want to do is overcoming ways by which these vices can be overcome, at least to a very reasonable extent. Cultural expectations, decision-making process in the house, and finally, religious issues, such that tógìrì bá ti lanu sílẹ̀ nínú ilé, don't forget, if your wife has been a church attender, Erelu, greetings. Erelu Olakeke law, I salute you, the law. Now, when it comes to religious issue, maybe so many ladies even know that religion is a scam. But wọ́n ní tá a bá rádán, a máa ń fòǹbẹ̀ ṣẹbọ. Your wife was used to you alone being the source of her joy. She was always looking for, for you coming back from work. Even at times, níbi iṣẹ́, you call each other. Hello, Àtinúmọ̀ràn. Alpha, báwo níṣẹ́? Ó ṣe ń gígùn báyìí. 2-minute call will make your day as a man. It will make the day of your wife. Finally, because of these frictions, challenges, kọ́ọ̀lù yín ò yọmọ́ rárá. So kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ máa délé lálẹ́. Rótìmí ò tiẹ̀ pè mí látà. Àjọ má bínú wo. Iṣẹ́ bísí gan lénìí. Kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀. Ló Rótìmí, ó ti tó bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì tó pè mí ń bí iṣẹ́. Ògiri ti ń sán díẹ̀díẹ̀. She is complaining, not nagging, because that has been a source of joy and strength. Ìgbà míì gan náà máa pè ẹ́ ò ní gbé. Tógiri yẹn bá dẹ̀ ti ń sán díẹ̀díẹ̀, aláǹgbá máa wọ̀. Ara aláǹgbá tó wá wọ̀ ni wípé obìnrin á wá local assembly kan. Ẹ máa lọ sí church nígbà tí bàbá Lámọrin ò dẹ̀ rí tèmi rò mọ́. Kì í dẹ̀ ṣe pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ ò fine. Challenges are making you not to see again. Á wá di pé ìyàwó á máa wá, beauty ìyàwó máa wá tàn sí pastor lójú. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń mú ọrẹ wá síwájú Jésù ni. Jésù tí pastor yẹn ṣe àwa sọ sí lọ́kàn pé àbọ̀dẹ̀ arábìnrin tó ń bọ̀ ẹ̀ kò mà tiẹ̀ kúkú fòrùka sọ́wọ́. Orí bó ṣe ń jó, orí bó ṣe gbẹ̀mùgbẹ̀mù bí ẹ̀fọ́ etídò. Dà. Jésù kí ni kí n ṣe sí? Olúwa ní fi ṣe ni. Olúwa ní fi ṣe. Bí kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́. Ó dà. Nígbà tó bá dẹ̀ yá, normally ká lógiri ò lanu sílẹ̀ aláǹgbá pásítọ̀ lè má lè wọbẹ̀ fúnra ìyàwó ló máa ranjú mọ́ pásítọ̀ pé ṣé bí ṣé olúwa lẹ ṣe rí i pé mo wá church àbí mi wá ẹjọ́ ti lé oge tó ge jẹ ọkọ mi ń tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn o but ìyàwó ti wà bottled up ìjọ tí pásítọ̀ bá máa ráyè láti bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó dẹ̀ ti rí wrinkles ó ti rí stress lójú pásítọ̀ ní ọlọ́run sọ fún òun wípé undergo challenges kọ̀ọ̀kan. pásítọ̀ adé ọ̀rá ka mọ́ rẹ̀ ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ jésù àṣeyanu jésù àṣeyanu ara ìyanu tí jésù máa ṣe àwọn ọmọ ọgbọ́n tó ṣe máa wo gbogbo jíjí tó lè jíyàwó ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nínú ilé wọn á jí sílẹ̀ ń ta tí ò bá jẹ́ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì á jẹ́ níbi iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti máa ń wọ aṣọ lọ sí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n máa ní ìwọ ìlò tó fáìn yàtọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí nígbà tó bá dẹ́ notice mọ́ common colleague mrs kobi owú òun lẹ jọgọjọgọjọgọ ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ̀ kò bí they are moved by what they hear. These are the reasons why she even married you. So let's go back to taking these challenges one after the other. Ìtẹ́ bá lè bá wa ṣe justice sí ń bẹ̀. Please, we are hoping that you can help us today so that the society is not totally broken down. Ẹ má bá wa ká lọ. Egbe. Àwọn èèyàn ti send request. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Ọlọ́run bá fún ní ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àtòye lórí ọ̀rọ̀ marriage. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bá wa send a request kájọ ṣe ètò yìí.
We stand for justice. We are really just
Lawan Olúrẹ̀mí Rita, thank you so much, ma. Ọmọ́tọ́lá Ọ̀dẹ́dípẹ̀, thank you so much, ma. Adéọ̀ṣun Túnbí, thank you so much. Ẹ bá wa ṣí ẹ bá wa power tap ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Tọ́lọ́rọ̀ bá gbọ́ kí ló bá bá ọlọ́rọ̀ wá fẹ́ ṣe. Lórí òtítọ́ lórí òtítọ́ wàá jáde tó.
Egbe.
We stand for truth and justice. We are liberated religiously. Tàbá ṣẹ̀bẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà ẹni máa yọ ayọ̀ ẹni máa yọ gẹ̀lẹ̀ tán. Làákàyè rẹ̀ kò máa ní dọ́gba. Tìmí Daniels. Ogun ayé kò ní borí rẹ̀ o. Ọ̀pá níbẹ̀ ló.
Adéníkẹ́ Adéyẹmí, orí yín mo rájọ̀.
Ayé kò ní rí ẹ̀mú. Tìmí Daniels. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ̀pà. Nítorí òtítọ́ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ dání. Òtítọ́ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ dání. Bá ṣe bá ọmọ náà yìí ṣe. Ògo tó ń lọ ènìyàn.
All right. Ṣọlá pé 1 2 3 ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ pàápàá àrọ́jọ́ Mùsùlùkùn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹ bá wa dá sétò pàápàá. Ẹ mọ̀ kalẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Hello. Ẹ mọ̀ kalẹ̀ o. Ǹjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú ìyá mi. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Meeting pay and you can see there are a lot of marriages don't break. Like I would say 40% of marriages or 50% over on the edge
of breaking.
would see a lot of married women to them pay not for policy. Not one chance. Financial issues, the families money, to them pay economy low cost most of it. I'll say there's lack of emotional support. That emotional support, no man, only foundation breakage. Because looking back, I will, you know, they loved each other. Now she decided that's fair. Knowing fully well, okay, us coming together will overcome every issue along the line. But different
growing backgrounds, family backgrounds.
Yes, so I feel the upbringing too matter because ọkùnrin mi kò ní àfihàn pòkì tó bá ní kò sọ̀rọ̀ out of anger fẹ́rí ẹ̀ tọkùnrin bá sọ̀rọ̀ out of anger sóbìnrin little by little nǹkan tó mú resentment wá nìyẹn o because ẹ̀yin lọ̀rọ̀ tọkùnrin bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ ti bú obìnrin tó bu lẹ́yìn tó sọ sorry tó bu lọ́la tó sọ sorry tó ń sọ sorry ẹ fi sex ẹ fi make up it is reducing the love inside her.
But obìnrin mi náà lẹ́nu burúkú o.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So for that, I think okay. Then again, finances. In some homes, I can't want to bring a lot of families. Because tọkùnrin bá me kò ní how would I say kò ní ájò ọmọ tí ò bá sí nǹkan tó máa tí ò bá sí and àwọn ò ní ṣèkì lọ mi ìtàlẹ́ ní ṣé kí n para mi náà tí ìsọ sí jalè mi. But a mother won't stay, she won't keep quiet like that. She would try and hustle. Àwọn ní single mother mi wá àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ títí tí ò rí nǹkan ṣe tí ò rí ọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ jẹ arádà lọ tarẹ̀ ó fún àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ jẹ. Yes, which ibòmí lẹ́lòmíì ti kó wàhálà. But for a mother, she ó lè wá wọ̀n pé kí ni kóun ṣe ibo ni kóun ti rówó yìí o. Ó lè jẹ́ ex-boyfriend ẹ̀ kan àbí ex-man friend ẹ̀ ló máa message tí ẹ̀ máa ní wá gbà. That is another cause of infidelity in marriages nísìn. Ká má parọ́ gbé ọkùnrin rate at which ṣe Nàìjíríà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lobìnrin náà ṣe ń ṣe o married women because ìkan ló jáde ní kíní married woman ní Ondo ó kú sí hotel pẹ̀lú family ẹ̀ tí ń wà. I think this was yesterday or this month April yìí. Really? Things that ọkùnrin àti obìnrin marriage is not ní Nàìjíríà sìn yìí o I'll say grace Elédùmarè ni. Partners should to sit down and talk. That is where communication comes in. Communication comes in. Sit down and not out of anger, but then not out of anger, but well, ego ọkùnrin, yes, ọkùnrin ní ego, but obìnrin respect, but obìnrin respect ọkùnrin, respect is reciprocal. For that respect, you earn it. Sọkùnrin tí ò lè control ìyàwó ẹ̀ kò sọkùnrin tí ò lè control obìnrin. But you earn it. You don't demand for it. You don't say, oh, so I can't control you. ṣóbìnrin tó jẹ́ pé òkè ẹ ó ti dé pé àjọ mú finances wọlé ni àwọn ló fẹ́ control ni. No, there are ways you can do it out of love. But I feel frustration in Nigeria is breaking a lot of things. It's breaking a whole lot of things. And moving forward, Kenyan speak clearly, not angrily. Kenyan was specific about needs. Emotionally, not everybody. No lè wà confrontation.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
No lè wà confrontation. Ojú kòkó kẹjọ sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹlòmíì ò ń fẹ́ confrontation. That's if for on the man's case, tọkùnrin mi ò bá fẹ́ confrontation. On the man's case, ó gbà sí rough ni. Even when the wife is trying to, okay, let's sit down and understand where the problem is coming from. You get? Then Kenyan man, for thing, some men they don't see their wives, they don't see their woman. When I mean they don't see them is okay, where they could feel she looks tense, she's not happy. You don't look happy. What's wrong with you? And in some cases, if the woman comes home and says, "Babe, I'm not feeling it. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not, what's wrong with you?" I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Ó jẹ́ máa dúpẹ́ tiẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ máa dúpẹ́ tiẹ̀. Ọkùnrin mi ni obìnrin mi ò ní sọ́kọ. You get? Those are you trying to block out emotional this thing, because it's where you're supposed to say, oh, okay, you want to talk to me? Okay, let's sit down and talk. What is it? Assure her, give her that assurance. Things will be better. Okay, I don't have a job now, but when I have, when you have, let her know you have. You don't have, that is in the financial aspect as well. When you don't have, then she would understand. You get? Because I won't bury me.
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wá bá mi fi ọba lé kí lẹ́yìn rò wípé for example tí wọ́n máa ń sọ wípé ọ̀nà fún lọ̀nà ọ̀run, but a tún máa ń notice wípé ńgbà míì tọkùnrin bá tún bẹ̀bẹ̀ inú àtúnyọ ṣùgbọ́n bẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn náà sọ́kẹ̀tì yẹn náà ló tiẹ̀ ti wá wà fictionalized nínú ilé wọn báyìí. Nínú eléyìí pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ tún fẹ́ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní unite padà, ọ̀nà wo náà lè gbé gbà? Bẹ̀bẹ̀ ti dry, ọ̀rọ̀ sọ́kẹ̀tì ti dry fìdí, ọ̀nà wo la lè gbà bú òróró sí sọ́kẹ̀tì?
Cherry sockets too dry. When there's resentment, how can you socket happily? When this feeling about you that important solution do, that is where communication comes. That's just sorrow. Leave, go somewhere with the children. You guys start from somewhere. Go somewhere without the children. Only me something. Téèyàn bá sí, if ẹ ti annoy ara yín, socket ò lè dùn bí bẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe ìgbà tẹ́ bá rẹ́ra yín tínú yín dùn. That's where friendship comes in. Friendship comes in. Socket is not even about money. Well, again,
because ẹ mọ reason tí mo ṣe sọ pé ẹnu obìnrin mi ò dá lọ́rọ̀, ọkùnrin mi á ti rí situation sọ pé even with the challenges and frictions, a man is still trying to meet up, constructive communications and everything, explain pé díà kò sí wàrà lénìí, wàrà máa ṣàn dànù lọ́la o, kìnnìkan. So but obìnrin ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ibi tí mò ń lọ lélẹ̀. Finally ọkùnrin yẹn tiẹ̀ wá yọ kinní síta ní alẹ́ ọjọ́ kan pé ìyàwó mi ṣàníwó ara tèmi ò gbé mọ́ kìnnìkan. Obìnrin wá sọ wípé ẹ tí ẹ ní tìjú ẹ lówó lọ́wọ́ kíní abẹ́ yín tún ń dìde, ṣó lòṣì ni something irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Tírú ọkùnrin yẹn bá wá mú ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ṣe mọ̀ pé ó lè pa libido, ó lè pa wíwẹ̀ tí ọkùnrin yẹn jẹ́ ìmọ̀ ọkùnrin náà máa ń wẹ̀, ọkùnrin yẹn wà wò pé èmi náà sọ̀rọ̀ sí báyìí èmi náà sọ̀rọ̀ sí báyìí sọ́nà àbáyọ wà sí irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. yọ dáàdì mi ìmọ̀ bóyá nẹ́tíwọ̀kì yín dáa ó wà pa lálẹ́ yìí mi because ọ̀rọ̀ àgbàlagbà lágbélẹ̀ lálẹ́ yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ wà nínú ilé tẹ bá lè help wa ẹ jọ a máa appreciate nǹkan.
Maybe 20 years in marriage, you know.
ẹ tiẹ̀ tún try. Gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ nìyẹn wọ́n ń tọ́jú ìyàwó wọn wọ́n ń kọ́ ọmọ lọ vacation wọ́n ń ṣe kinní kẹkìnìyàn okó ló ń yọ káàkiri inú ilé ká tó wẹ̀ ó ti yọ kó ká tó ṣe ó ti yọ kó ká tó ṣe. adb lè kú.
Currency, baba.
ẹ jọ I collated so many questions from people from different worried married couples and everything. And the mama and the name. After today, I'll make sure that we continue on the 13th, which is a day before my birthday. Atuma continue topic because kì í ṣe tá a lè ṣe tán. Kako oníkùmọ̀ kì í ṣe tá a lè yọ tán lẹ́nu. Ebi miracle ṣe wà ń bẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀
Happy birthday in advance.
Nádì ni o ẹ ṣe jàre.
Security.
Mi ò ẹ ṣe. Ṣe ìdùnnú.
You will never know a better yesterday. Every day will be awesome. You need for whatever bigger you
Àmì o.
is.
Àmì o.
Agbára jẹ́ kan.
Àṣẹ ìdùnnú.
Kókó kẹ́yọ̀.
Àṣẹ
Ẹ̀yin náà máa ń bọ̀.
àṣẹ ìdùnnú.
Lọ́wọ́dé wà pẹ̀lú tí gbogbo ní
Àmì o.
gbogbo àdáwọ́lé ó máa wà pẹ̀lú ọgbà náà. Bàbá pressure ti wà ṣé tí pressure bá wà kó lè lè ní.
Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí náà ọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó wọn kì í dùn wọ́n o. Wọ́n á kàn sọ wípé wò ṣáàtì ẹ̀ wá o bá sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin obìnrin tẹ́ bá nírú ọkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ̀rọ̀ ò kì í dùn ẹ̀ mọ́ tọ́ lọ ń ṣe fún yín o. Ọkùnrin mi ọ̀rọ̀ tíyàwó ẹ̀ sọ sí 5 years ago ó máa rántí.
Ego, brutalizing his ego, making him to feel empty. Because think of this the ìdùnnú ni man's right senses, seeing himself who have you know the right woman what máa lówó owó làwọn ọkùnrin ayé. Fading the income is not proportional to
The expenses.
the level. So, never anticipate Nigeria of so they have procurement more than their capacity.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
What for gbogbo nǹkan máa ti friction the sources of normalcy. The woman is at the beginning of the relationship. The is towards the woman. Woman is
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
cases the friction of stressful situation in marriage. The right source to the right source to comfort. So one is in Elohim, pastor, imam, who have zero knowledge about relationships. He understands is Islamic religion, Quran.
Our Bible sọ pé.
The Bible. They will not what happened 2 years ago. And insecurity, kò sí hunger crisis, kò sí many things.
Tí wọ́n bá ti ní òróró àti ìyẹ̀fun, wọ́n ti jẹun. Kí wọ́n ní oxygen.
Which is the slightest thing. Right here. And exposed as the man of God is. Oh, Debe, arrange for with them. You resolve your own problem, your own health issue, your children's health issue. Do you respond to it with prayer? Seeking resolution from the wrong sources will not is to aggravate the existing compromise situation. Situation rent meaningful industries as high as 3 million naira per annum. So our minimum wages is 70,000 naira.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Because What education fee, healthcare fee for the children. So, with average are going to the society concerns. Or a situation whereby, by my estimate, even as at last year, January, February, out of 10, invariably, an average couple in Nigeria having persistent growth. Do you expect environment is going, the marriage is going, everybody is going nowhere.
náà níbi tọ́rọ̀ gbé dúró ẹ sọ nǹkan kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan kẹ́ ẹ tó round up. Some people have given birth to bóyá iye ọmọ tí wọn ò lè take care. Ok, tá a bá ráwọn couple tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n ṣe marry nsìn, advice wo lèèyàn lè fún wọn lórí ọmọ bíbí? Considering not even only the financial aspect now, we are talking about the total breakdown. Prissy fashion, thank you so much. Téèyàn bá wo foundation tó ti bàjẹ́ ń sìn, ẹ wo oríṣiríṣi videos tá a ti rí nípa tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwọn schools wa, irrespective of whether it is Christian school or just normal public school. Public schools gan fẹ́ better ju àwọn private or religious schools nìyí lọ. Tó yẹ yín. Now, kí ni advice tẹ́ lè fún àwa couple àwa tá àti ẹ̀ tí màrí báyìí tá àti ìgbégbèsè lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́mọ bíbí? Ṣé ká lọ ṣe vasectomy ní ká kúkú gbà fọ́ lọ́hùn?
The energy to pay no more. And that is another area. See àwọn èèyàn. As a man, you have maybe 45. Your woman is maybe rich, responsible person. Ọmọ méjì.
Presentation of last level.
The final day that the soul will be committed. Owó iṣẹ́ kò sígbà tí day-to-day activities involved ordinary work involved money. So throughout his life, how rich you are, what people do is how rich you are, what people do is it doesn't even take only money. Money is constant. Then commitment and presence is also needed. When in Lagos State 5 years ago, we will not be able to fit in the next 2 years. I'm not available to support this.
Tó dáa, ẹ jẹ́ kí topic alẹ́ lágbára o. Reality on ground ó lágbára gan. My colleagues, it's like almost no way forward. Yes, Baba. Almost like no way forward.
Is it areas or in advance?
Advance ní jàre. Ẹ ṣé bàbá mi, àṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Bí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ́mi ẹ̀dẹ̀ wà, ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ṣubú dànù.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Ni ọwọ́ ajá lọ́wọ́, iwájú lọ́wọ́ yá máa lọ. I haven't said that. Mr. Rotimi, topic tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí I will tell you, it's part of my life existence.
Oh my. Ẹ jẹ́ á rí gbọ́.
To that Mr. Haby,
Maybe miracle.
you nail this issue at the right angle. I may not be able to speak extensively like you. I'm a Yoruba boy, a Yoruba man, born in Port Harcourt, but married in PH. And today, I'll tell you, I have 3 kids. But the stage, you know, I'm I've never been to Yoruba land before, so but I got a job that made me to move to somewhere called Ewekoro, Lafayette Cement.
Okay.
With a good promise of a job, good pay, I say good pay. As our 2009, with good money, let's put it that way. Anybody that is signing in 2000 that is signing over $500,000, it's not.
Ó ti kúrò tó kéré bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
But I mean, they stop our contract as a result of some abosi from some quarters.
Okay.
Let me end down on that way. To the any affiliation, both primary, secondary, I have them in the east. Now being in Lagos, if you tell me to come to Ebutebet, I've been the only place I knew when I was little. You have to draw map
Bẹ́ẹ̀
because I don't know my way. But Port Harcourt, don't be and tell me to come to anywhere.
Gbogbo ẹlẹ́nẹ̀ wọn ọ́ mi ìborí camp yẹn. Èmi náà mọ Port Harcourt yẹn.
So, who said that? I found myself in Ogun State. I rented an apartment in Lagos because I don't want to stay alone. I moved my family down. Just like after a month or 2 months in West. Before I know it, Baba, this company was 5 years. After a year, exactly 1 year, our contract was terminated.
Real life situation.
Jobless. Jobless. Very thick, jobless. I'm the type that I don't know how to look for a job. I don't, not because I'm smart or anything. God has been helping me in one way or the other when I was in PH. Iṣẹ́ kan tán, another location, I'm getting job. So I thought it's going to be like that. What they call we have some people who call labor suppliers in oil industry. They contact with manager. Let me put that apart. At the end of the day, I became jobless. Baba, that's when things fall apart. I sold my car. The little business I opened that, okay, business another job, like where I opened a business for my wife, and I was thinking another job is coming. 5 years pass. The worst part is that in Lagos, if you say you are a HSC officer in Port Harcourt, in Warri, people will know the kind of job you are talking about. I said the safety person, say road safety. Nobody get to know the kind of job I'm doing. Some people just say, you better go and look for teaching job. Just say about that. And at the end of the day, Baba, you know, when you have been the type providing, caring for family, it's to provide with assist from you.
Yes.
I put my hand into different things that people advise me to do, put money, my finger was burnt. I even bought a taxi to say, okay, let me do Ajah to a taxi, no taxi, this nothing, brother. So it wasn't a funny story then. What broke the hammer's back was when the person I thought we are in this together, the person we have been for some time, told me she can't continue this. the lonely journey.
So did she divorce you, or how did you do it?
She told me she has somebody to give her a job in their state, and with the other we separated. I still paid for about 2 years, and after 2 years, I left Nigeria because I couldn't hold it anymore. I don't have a job. I don't have anybody I can to do this. Son of my parents, and they are on me too. I have to do something to take care of my parents. Before things fall apart, Baba, I moved out of Nigeria. Also, to UAE to say, let me go and anything. I moved to UAE. After some time, I got a good job in UAE. That's not where I'm going. I'm going to. But I want to talk about the fact that your relationship, things fall out this way, just the way I put it. It shouldn't be the end of marriage. Marriage institution goes beyond what a man can provide. It goes beyond what we can see at hand at a given time. But our society today, just like Mr. B just said, once you cannot provide, you became a useless man. That man, very useless man. Sorry, I'm not saying to you, I'm just saying, talking. That man is a useless man because you cannot provide any longer. It becomes, I beg, the other room. You are not in the first month. As a man, you don't. I'm in Lagos. I'm new. I don't know how to. Where would I go to? I was. Will I force? Will I can't.
Ara dẹ̀ ti kún, ara ti gbẹ̀ kan. Ara ti kún. How did ẹ ti di Rótìmí dání ẹ ti.
The same house. Don't let me at the show. Everybody have the mind of doing Olosho. With due respect to those who drainage, please. Some of us don't have that kind of mental capacity to think about going to
Olosho.
strict offers.
Another aspect of this our discussion too lọ́rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ olóṣó yẹn o. Where did they come from? How did it start?
I went back to the people that I married from. But how will you be telling people that we don't have sex? We only said to the paraffin, okay, I'm not worried, just be praying. You know that kind of thing.
Olúwa wa lọ sọ nílé àná, ọmọ yín ò fún mi ní ògòdó.
Say something like that, boy. And it's good like this in my life. I'm every time. Let me give an instance. If I get to church, people will come and tell me. I mean, people that to me, Mama Jacob Juele, to my daughter or share, no, I say, what is that? I beg throughout the night, maybe I have a touch. People don't understand. The leaders don't understand. They can advise him into wrong lane. Mama Jacob might be on share you. God will provide.
To the extent that ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tán bá gbáyàn lẹ́nu gan as kabu driver kò lè dùn yàn tó sọ́kẹ́ẹ̀tì téyín ò sọ́kẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn o.
Brother. Seriously, I keep on like this until she told me she's leaving. Get me right? Left. Look at it. What can I do? The shame. Should I pack my way and go back to Port Harcourt? I'm now in Lagos. I'm doing my best to pay rent. Let me tell you one painful aspect of that incident then. My son finished the school my son attended, they finished primary school at the 5 level. they'll move to secondary school. I asked the boy to repeat. I still have his results today. He's got he's got 228 out of 2. I asked him to repeat. You are still because I can't bet the primary school.
ẹjọ́ ọmọ yìí repeat ẹjọ́.
You still understand? You know I'm struggling to pay. Allow him to repeat, Joe. So they allowed the boy to university today by special grace of God. I thank God for that. But he lost that 1 year because I could not provide. So back to the question. When our women look at the father, you cannot provide. That means the sweetie between us, the sweetheart, that one vanish. So demoralizing. In fact, it's a killing act to some men.
It is.
But what did I do? I just have to leave the house. The journey has been since 2018 to date. I've not been to Nigeria. I'm still struggling. Which is that the marriage is gone. The marriage is gone.
Real challenges of life.
But I understand the effort someone put in. I tried to open a business. I was duped. I tried to go into taxi. Baba Mubabi thing. How many go to you know how to less your tire. In Epe, they will just come, they less your tire, they will not allow you to even move unless you pay them 3,000 naira. You know this kind of thing. I know I mean that was there I slept between Epe and Eleko. My different thing. Now let's not leave that side. But where I'm going to is high time our women get to know that the society is changing. The days of our fathers, they have a kind of society that men are fully power economically to do everything at home. Men are fully empowered when it comes to job, when it comes to this, to do. But this time around, what a man is earning is not even enough to pay school fees. Talking of doing other things, he will think of how we save so that when the year end, I want to pay my rent. He will think of okay, school fees is coming. I want to see how I can pay my children's school fees on time. He will think of okay, daily food must be on the table, so monthly you must put a kind of monthly allowance. All this prayer, our ladies should begin to see the fact that look, it's high time we put our hand on the table as well. I'm very, very unfortunate, brother. Our younger generation are losing it.
They have lost it. They are not losing it. They have lost it.
They are losing it. Just to say the little, they are losing it. If you talk to a lady now, what they want to tell you is that, hey, I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to have an affair with a man that cannot cannot finance my don't support me financially. Marriage is far more than this liquid cash that we look about today. Marriage is far from it. It's high time we begin to educate our younger ones that look.
Thank you so much.
Rodami, thank you so much for your contribution. D, sorry, I've been very busy.
No, you are the next person. You are the next person.
What the question, sorry, as in the male side, so we have the female version of it. Because today, when you see a woman taking that whole step because they have the opportunity, they are they are the breadwinner. Let me just put it that way. Men take advantage of that. Use that opportunity to do whatever they don't even actually love that woman or whatever. If baby children come within that period, they're married. The society we are in today.
children are seeing what their dad or their, especially towards their mom. All right. It's not that bó ṣe wà ní jàgbà ló wà nílà ṣebí ọkùnrin lẹ́yìn ẹ̀yìn lẹ́sọ̀ sí yín sí time. It happens to men, but it's more, how am I gonna say? Ẹ̀yin wọn ọkùnrin ẹ máa ń sọ fún ẹ jùlẹ̀ kó fẹ́ lomi owó ti wà lọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀ sí o lè fẹ́ kẹta rẹ̀. Whereas you're not even buoyant enough. Maybe you're just recovering, from all that time you were. Instead, that is the time you're supposed to kindle with your family again. Now that you've been, that when there was nothing, the woman was there for you. And now the woman, you are now, you've been empowered. Instead of you to put your resources together and work towards it. The way he spoke to you, you didn't like it. So now that you want to get another younger woman. You want to do this. And see, our children see all this thing. Some people want Danita Julelo, Adaranta. Madanole. They say, oh, your dad is so nice, but their dad is not nice to them at home. Let people, if you open especially women, and we've created this. That's what I'm trying to say with what you ended up with your submission. That's why we see some women, young people today. They have lost it because we've forgotten that is our daddies in the those one in the 60s, 1960s and 70s did this a lot. They created that vacuum of single motherhood. Single motherhood see what it can't to the generation one, but one she loud by. They've been on their own. Single parenting has been forever. But they didn't do it in a because everybody, the society build this children. Is still there. Do you understand? We grew up with our grandmas and our granddad. Some are separated, some passed away, and that's why they're with their grand. They still come out to be successful and they're good, and they were not treated anyhow. But when your dad is there and your mom and you've been treated like nothing. I mean, the people that have been the first person to look at you and be your role model. Because we believe Baba Wati Yawani, they are a role model. All right? Before any other, they are the best teacher before any other person. Go to any education you go to, you have picked one or two things from your parents. Ben. All right? Ben. They are our first teacher. We look at what they have done, and that's what has created the generation we have now. So and then compare with religion. And because they see that lapses, I mean, that's why we are having the repercussion today. Where do we go from here? Our society needs to heal. A lot of people are damaged. These children have been damaged. They've carried so much heaviness and resentment since when they were young. And that is what is happening in the society today. And it's not that these our children are they don't see good girls. These are good, lovely, beautiful girls out there. But because of what they almost go through and they go through she wala gba mi elomi she wala yen gan ko duro je mi ṣe gbogbo wàhálà yẹn tán but the time tó yẹ kó máa jẹ ṣe ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sickness because ó ti ṣe wàhálà jù. Tí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ wà lọ́dọ̀ ọkùnrin ọ̀dọ̀ obìnrin náà ló wà lọ́dọ̀ ọkùnrin o. Get me wrong. It happens to both genders. That the ratio with the women is higher than the ratio with the men. Okay? So please, I'm going to say that we need to repair our society. Our men, please. You know you can do better. Please forgive us. Women, please forgive men. We cannot do without each other. We can't. We cannot do without each other. We need each other. Let's forgive ourselves. You know, cautiously, please, cautiously, because you forgive some people, they come back and ruin you again.
That's another aspect.
I don't want to go into there. Let's see how we can, without family. Let me tell you, when we came abroad, what do we see? We found out that family was really is a big thing here. The grandma, the grandpa, the parents. You think they are not going through issues? We found out that they're going through issues too. I wish I had a divorce. I wish she divorced me, but I want to. That is our tradition in Yoruba, if you're Yoruba or in Africa. In your that woman won't go back to if the husband passed away or something. Somebody else will marry her. Or even if nobody marries her, she stays in that family which she's been married into. We don't have that anymore. And we think, oh, it's going to be like we created. And we created what our children are going through now. So let's think twice what we're doing. So,
all of you married couples, bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin lọ́kọláya nínú ilé tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa, you might be. Ẹ ní sùúrù, mo máa pè yín. Mo ní tó bá ti di tọ́ọ̀nù yín, mo máa pè yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú, mo máa pè yín. Mo máa pè yín, ẹ má bínú. Mo máa pè yín. Mo mọ̀ pé topic tí gbogbo wa ní láti dá sí ni, it is highly extensive. However, even if we spend 20 hours on this live video, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a bá mú wá as way forward can only be useful if we are intentional, number one. Number two, if married couples actually understand the true reason why they got married to that man or to that woman. If there was no basis, that it was just, married, then it is a waste of time. But if you had something real and it was just kind of challenges, low friction, then you have to be intentional. I am telling you, I have shared my own relationship stuff before. I will share it again for some people to learn. But in the long run, let us be intentional about this topic. The reason why I'm saying so is because we will put a very high percentage of the blame on the government. Some of you will understand why today when I summarize, because it is an intentional plan to weaponize poverty. Okay, but we will go there. However, what about marriages in countries where the government officials are doing what they are supposed to be doing? So that's why I said it should be intentional. Omofunke, let me bring you up, please. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The rest of your lives will be good in your life.
Ashe.
Yeah, Shasha Baba.
Ben, thank you.
Yeah, which is someone oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn ní láti kọ́gbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀. I'm a 51 years old man. So, èmi náà mo ti la oríṣiríṣi kọjá díẹ̀ nínú ayé nípa olóbìnrin dé. Ẹ rí pé mo ń comment ẹ̀kọ́ mẹ́rin. Ṣé the rate tí single parent ṣe wá pọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó ti yé yín? Àbá ó máa ń jẹun ìyàlẹ́nu fún mi. So although we can't put blame on the citizen, number one, religion, number one, àwọn olórí burúkú yẹn ó ti yé yín. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì náà meant. Number three ni pé mo sọ kankan lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé Nigerian women kò yé yín. Wọ́n máa ń rí marriage as ọkùnrin as slavery kò yé yín. So gbogbo orú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tẹ́rù bá ti pọ̀ jù lórí ọkùnrin ó ti yé yín náà. So gbogbo oúnjẹ káwọn ọkùnrin gan lọ́wọ́ yìí tẹ́rù má bà wọ́n ó ti yé yín. Kẹ́ tó lè rí i pé àwọn èèyàn ṣe wedding Nàìjíríà ń sìn. Ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa rí introduction lásán gan mọ́ ni, because gbogbo ọkùnrin gan ti ń sá, which is mi lè fi experience tèmi mo lè fi kọ́gbọ́n. òye láǹfààní láti bímọ sí Nàìjíríà dáadáa kó tó di pé mo gbé ìlú òyìnbó, òye dẹ̀bù obìnrin gbé ìyàwó mi tó bímọ fún mi gbà ẹ́ tó bímọ fún mi á fẹ́ gbé àgbẹ̀rá gbé bí 18 to 20 years. Kò yé yín. So my first daughter is 25 years. Kò yé. So later mo láǹfààní láti wá sílùú òyìnbó. Ẹ mọ̀ time tá a wá sílùú òyìnbó ó máa léwe. Mo pàdé oríṣiríṣi obìnrin ní England. So nǹkan tí wọ́n á fẹ́ fàyọ mo wá gbé yẹ̀wò síra wọn. Mo rí àwọn obìnrin Èkó àtàwọn obìnrin ìlú òyìnbó. Òun mo ṣe kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn pé Nigerian women, a lot of Nigerian women see a marriage as a slavery. Ẹ wo roman tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan mẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wo gbogbo bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ life ẹ̀ nígbà tí ìyàwó ti rí pé nǹkan kù díẹ̀ káàtó ó fèlè ó sá lọ. Why are we doing that? Kò yé yín wọ gbogbo ẹ̀ jùlọ náà òun náà ni mo ṣe sọ pé wọ́n ti rí ọkùnrin bí ẹrú. Ẹ ti understand? So which is ẹ bá ìlú òyìnbó yìí sìn àgbà tí mo padà first time tí máa délùú yìí obìnrin tó máa kọ́ pàdé mi lè gbàgbé ọmọ yẹn mo kàn mí tẹ̀ mo lọ pàdé ẹ̀ láàkéèdì ẹ mọ̀ ibi mentality Nàìjíríà gbàtà ọkọ̀ dé nígbàtà débi tá a máa ti sanwó báyìí ó yọ nǹkan tiẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ òun gángan ló yọ sọ́tọ̀ ó yọ tèmi kò mọ̀ mi rí nà first time tó máa ṣẹ̀ mí tì ní ó wò pé kí ó sanwó tiẹ̀ mo sanwó tèmi ni kò yẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kọ́kọ́ wò báyìí gbé irú pálapàla ó lè ṣe ṣé lè máa serious ṣá. So ọ̀rẹ́ mi tí tó wá connect ọmọ ẹ̀ mọ́ nígbà tí mo wá ṣe tó mo wá pè mo wá jáde mo wá sọ fọ́rẹ́ mi yẹn pé ó dàbí pé ọmọ tó connect mọ́ yìí mi rò pé lè wà òkè o ó ti yẹ yín ó ní ọmọ ìlú yìí ni mo ní náà mo dẹ̀ lọ pàdé ẹ̀ láàkéde mo dẹ̀ mo bá tó ń ra nǹkan ni mo dẹ̀ pé ọmọ èmi náà jẹ́ ra àwọn olóńgbò àwọn stuff ti fẹ́ ra ó dẹ̀ débẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ yọ kíní sọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi dà bó ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn ṣòro gbójú ọmọbìnrin Nàìjíríà ó ní bó ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn sẹ́yìn náà rí from there mo dúpẹ́ fún lọ́wọ́ wọ́n tún obìnrin tún bímọ síbí fún mi ìyàwó tí mo bá gbé Nàìjíríà gbogbo ìgbà tá a fi jọ gbé pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó kò déńjọ́ kan rí owó ṣùṣù ó sọ kí ni báwo lọ́jà ajé wa náà ni ó máa fọwọ́ rárá níbi ẹni tó sápamọ́ ṣe pé fún ó ti yé yín kò ní anything láti fẹ́ fi help kò yé yín and ó dẹ̀ rówó she's having money ẹyin ẹ wò báwo ni ẹ wò nígbà tí mo dé bí gan tí mo rí bí tí mo ó dàbí pé mi ò róbìnrin rí ẹ ti understand because nígbà tí mo rí bóbìnrin ṣe handle mi gan bí mo wá wòra mi as a special person pé ṣé mi lélẹ̀ àbọ̀ górí mi kúrò ní ṣé mi náà ni mo so that is what ẹ mọ̀ mo rí pé the difference yẹn ó lọ fáà gan ẹ rí pé kọ́tìlẹ̀ tí mo máa ṣe sọ ni pé púpọ̀ nínú ẹ̀ jùlọ àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ìlú wa ló fà á ó ti yé yín bá rí ń sìn because gbogbo ẹ ti wá lé kókó bí ojú ẹja ń sìn àwọn ọkùnrin gan mọ́ lọ́wọ́ yìí sì ń káàkiri wá ń sá káàkiri àwọn obìnrin gan ò rí ilé ọkọ gbé Ọlọ́run ó ti yé yín because as at then ebi ń ṣọmọ lówó mi kiri ògiri bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí mi Èkó lọ bí mi sí Èbúté Mẹ́ta kò yé yín bàbá mi ìyàwó mẹ́ta ló fẹ́ màmá mi struggle lórí wa èmi náà dẹ̀ struggle fún ara mi mo láti kékeré because mo gbé nǹkan báyìí mo kiri rí láti kékeré mo ti mọ̀ pé o máa ṣiṣẹ́ kó tó lè fún oúnjẹ sẹ́nu yàtọ̀ ọ̀nà yẹn ó ti fi hàn mí òye yín ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ìyàwó mi tí mo ló bímọ fún mi Nàìjíríà máa ń bàjá all the time pé because mo ní ṣé bíbà máa ń sọ fún a máa ń jà gan màmá ní ṣé bíbà bá tiẹ̀ bó ṣe tó ẹ ní pé gbogbo láìfẹ́ kò rí láì kẹ́ má rí láì lórí ọkùnrin because ìgbà tí ìyá tèmi ìyá mi gan ó tún tajà ó tún wá gbé nǹkan lé wa lórí a máa lo òun àti kékeré ìyá mi ti jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé òun máa ṣiṣẹ́ òun láti jáde kó lọ wá nǹkan tó máa jẹ kó tó kó lè jẹ́ èèyàn láyé but why all Nigerian women why are they putting all problem on man's head.
a máa yan ọ̀nà náà ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kì í ṣe gbogbo obìnrin Nàìjíríà o.
bó ṣe gbogbo ẹ máa gbà fún yín bó ṣe gbogbo ẹ jẹ́ ká kó ṣe gbogbo obìnrin o àwọn kan wà tó ẹ pé mo lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kan ó ní ọmọ kan ọmọ yẹn wà so hardworking débi pé ó dẹ̀ assist ẹ̀ ṣe bí pé ọ̀rẹ́ mi ibi tó ya wèrè ló dẹ̀ tún lọ fún yàn lóyún ta.
kẹ́tìrì bẹ́ẹ̀ so.
ìyá wa ń jẹ ń sìn ó wá ń pè mí ṣé ìṣèbí tẹ́tí máa ṣe é pé kájé ká sọ̀rọ̀ síbi tọ́rọ̀ àwọn obìnrin kan náà wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà hardworking and they are ready but àwọn ọkùnrin wèrè kan náà torí wọn ò pé náà àwọn kan náà wọ́n tún máa wá advantage àwọn obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni tó bó ṣe wà ní líkì ló wà ní gbàǹjà ó ń lọrọ ní ẹ̀kọ́ bàbá mi.
wọ́n ń pọn wọn tó yẹ lọ sí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé ìgbòlù ni wọn ò ní làákàyè ó ti yé yín ẹ̀rọ obìnrin irú obìnrin tó mọ̀ tó lè help tó yẹ kójú ẹ kó máa pọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ irú obìnrin tó máa jókòó pé jẹ́ ká plan things together kí future yìí lè bright or something like that but wàá wá take advantage irú obìnrin yẹn wàá nọ̀sẹ̀ ò ní fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ bí ọmọkùnrin wàá wá gbé gbogbo bùkátà wàá gbélé irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti understand irú wọn dẹkẹrẹ ẹ tún máa rí wọn á tún sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ máa ṣe bí ọkọ àmì king olórí burúkú ò ní ẹ wọ́n tó ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kọkùnrin ṣe ó ti yé yín but mostly nǹkan tẹ́mi lè sọ pé nǹkan tí a lè fi fa kínní sìn tá a lè fi sọ̀nà náà rọ̀ yìí ni pé káwọn ọmọbìnrin wa náà jọ ó ti yé yín ìwọ̀nba èyí tó bá lè ṣe kó bọ́ sí gbòòrò kó ṣe because gbogbo àwọn ọmọ àwọn ọmọkùnrin sìn wọ́n ti gbọ̀ngàn àwọn gan tí ẹ fẹ́ fún obìnrin tó yẹ wọn búrò mi kan ń pè mí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí máa ń sọ fún wọn òun láti wá nǹkan ṣe ni because tó bá wá nǹkan ṣe ọkọ ẹ máa fi ẹlẹ ó máa sá lọ má dẹ̀ gbé gbogbo pírọ́blẹ́mù lé ayé tọkùnrin bá ń ṣe 70 ṣáà try kí ó jẹ́ 30 ni wọ́n gan rí àbí 20 ó try kó máa fi àṣẹ òun nìgbéyàwó ti lè dùn at least ọkọ náà ṣì wò báyìí pé obìnrin yìí ó sì níbi kóhun gan tó ń bóun di bọ̀ tó bá gbé gbogbo ìṣòro lé lórí ó ti yé ìgbàlú máa sá lọ.
ṣé bàbá mi ṣe.
ó máa sá lọ.
ọ̀rọ̀ láre kí n tó pe ẹni tó wà ní orí WhatsApp mọ́mí bí ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré gbé yín sókè ní màá pe ni màá pe mo rí ìyanu Emmanuel òkè mọ́mí bí. ẹ mà kálẹ̀ yes.
ọgbọ́n tá à ń kọ́ gbogbo tá à ń kọ́ra wa ìmọ̀ ọgbọ́n tá à ń fúnra wa orí wa ò ní dàrú wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa rí ibù fún ọ̀dọ̀ dáadáa lágbára Ọlọ́run ètò yóò ní bàjẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run àmọ́ ìgbà tí mọ́mì tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mo really appreciate nǹkan tó sọ because nǹkan tó sọ wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé vice versa ni bó ṣe nǹkan tó ní kí bó ṣe wà lọ́kùnrin ló wà lóbìnrin nígbà míì wà for instance ṣe èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan ìgbà tí mo máa marry ọkọ mi ibi tí mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó dídí sọ fún pé kí n má ṣiṣẹ́ ni òun fẹ́ báyìí má ṣe nǹkan kan ni mo tún jí iṣẹ́ ṣe pé èmi tó ń pọ́n ní everything tí bá ń tà ó máa dowó mo tún jí iṣẹ́ ṣe ìgbà tọ́kọ mi máa tún mọ̀ ó tún di ìjà débi pé ó wálé ó ní kí n mú kan nínú iṣẹ́ àtàwọn ọmọ because tó bá jẹ́ iṣẹ́ kí n máa mú lọ tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ni that's kí n dúró tí n bá dẹ̀ pọ̀ ọmọ ni màá dúró tì wọ́n ṣó ti yẹ yín mo dẹ̀ ní ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan tó sọ fún mi pé ọkọ òun sọ pé òun bá sanwó school òun ní kó ra báàgì òun bá ṣe báyìí òun ní kó ṣe báyìí so I was just like ó ṣe nǹkan tó fìsì táyé ọ̀tọ̀ ló fìsì kẹ́hìndé then èmi tí mo máa ń bẹ obìnrin so nígbà míì tí bá join live ẹlòmí I will just try to listen and watch what they are saying there ṣẹ́rí single mother tó pọ̀ níta yìí ìlàjì ọwọ́ ọkùnrin ni and the bad things again ni pé àwọn obìnrin tá à ní sùúrù torí pé tí ọkọ ò bá ti nù ẹ́ tó ti nù ẹ́ ṣebí kò ti jẹun kò ti live comfortable ni be in that husband's house.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
so ọkọ yóò nù yín even tí o bá fọ ẹ lówó oúnjẹ that's why you have your hand to do your to make your life on your own má depend lórí ọkùnrin so ni mo ṣe máa ń bẹ gbogbo obìnrin pápá ẹ òkú àti ní kó má ṣiṣẹ́ even if you can have opportunity somewhere tó kàn tẹ̀lé máa mú wá kó má jẹ́ kó mọ̀ nítorí ìgbà tí problem wà wàá lè dúró fúnra ẹ because wọ́n tó pẹ́ single mother ọkọ ọlọ́kọ ló ti fẹ́ padà lọ fẹ́ àdìsẹ́ àwọn ọkùnrin rẹ̀ tó bá ti di kóbìnrin kò lé ọkọ everybody ó gbọ́ ọwọ́ tí can marry ló máa catch on them like ló máa bá wọn so sometimes I advise based on that single mother that tó bá ti lọ ẹ be in your husband house mo nǹkan tó ṣe bó jẹ́ pé chicken and turkey ẹ̀yẹn reduce ẹ̀ o mọ̀ pé báyìí ló ṣe máa jẹ́ live life and má dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ fọ́ọ̀rẹ́ because ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ fún nǹkan tí wọ́n ń go through kó ló ń go through Because sometimes ìgbà mi táwọn èèyàn ọ̀rẹ́ mi bá rí Mr. Sherry, wọ́n sọ pé they rich also cry. Pẹ̀lú pé bí mo ṣe ní mi ò ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn, there's so many things that I'm still going through in my husband's house. Táwọn èèyàn bá dẹ̀ rí mi, wọ́n ní mo mi bí ó ṣọ̀ fún ayé olówó ni. But in which I can't tell them this is what I'm going through. Do you get? The very first day that I went to my daddy, daddy, I'm ready to leave my husband's because of this and that. My popsi said, for how many years to marry or fẹjọ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ sùn rí? Eléyìí tó dé tó wá fẹjọ́ sùn, I'm ready, ó yá, ọkọ ẹ̀ wẹ̀, má bínú pẹ́jọ́ mi pọ̀. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ló wá sọ pé, má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, má jẹ́ kó kọ́ ẹrù ẹ̀. Ọmọdé yìí tí wàá fẹjọ́ sùn rí, bóyá ó ní reason a máa kọ ọkọ ẹ̀ ni. Ṣé you understand? So kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní, but tí wọ́n bá ṣe ní backbone tàbí tó fọ̀rọ̀ lè yan gidi. Based on kí wọ́n má fi ọ̀rọ̀ lọ̀rẹ́ ni, because ọ̀rẹ́ mi ló máa ṣe kó pààyàn. Pẹ́pọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni ó máa bá ń kẹ́rù yẹn jọ yẹn ni. So, and mo tún ní ọ̀rẹ́ tó ó fẹ́ ṣe wedding fún ọmọ. Nígbà tá a dé, ó pe ọkọ ọmọ ẹ̀, ó wá bèrè pé màmá ẹ̀dá. Ó ní màmá òun àti bàbá òun wò. They are not staying together. They are not living together. I'm telling you, ọ̀rẹ́ mi yẹn ni wọn ò lè fẹ́ra. Mo ní why? Ó ní because ìgbà tí bàbá àti màmá òun ò ti lè jọ gbé papọ̀. That means he can't handle the family. Òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ bá padà gbé. So sometimes being together too, àwọn obìnrin náà èmi based lórí obìnrin, àwọn obìnrin la máa ní sùúrù because ọkùnrin is ọkùnrin. And every time they prove that they are a man. And mama mi dem máa ń sọ nǹkan kan, a ní ọkọ ládé orí aya. No matter how strong your husband is, ó yẹ kó mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi mú wálẹ̀ because ìgbà kan lẹ ti jọ ń fẹ́ra yín kó tó di pé ọ̀rọ̀ change. So as a woman, you will notice what your man will like and you will notice what you will be giving to him. So tó bá tẹ̀ ẹ́ lọ tó bá check phone. So ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ṣá, Ọlọ́run á máa kó bí wọ́n ṣe.
Ṣé yìí? Alẹ́ yìí ni alẹ́ yìí ń jẹ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin married couples tí ẹ wà nínú ilé, we still have about 30 minutes to go on this program. Gbogbo ọ̀nà tí ẹ lè fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ on way forward. Hello, a ti ń kọ yín? Yes, ma.
Mo mọ̀ pé máa mọ mi ò bọ̀, mo kàn lo nọ́mbà mi fi pè é anyway.
Okay.
Happy birthday, ṣá.
Thank you, sir.
Mo kí gbogbo ilé o. Tèmi máa yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ torí nǹkan tó bá kọjú téèyàn nǹkan míì ló kọ síbòmíì. Mo appreciate gbogbo àwọn tó ti sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ọkùnrin míì ti sọ experience wọn. Mo gbọ́ táwọn kan sọ pé ọkùnrin kan obìnrin kan fún un sí nìkan. Èmi máa sọ experience tèmi based on my own experience. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sí mi.
Okay.
Mo jẹ́ the type pé mi ò ń fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ wá sórí social media. Mo kàn wà fortunate mo kàn gbọ́ message yẹn. So mo ń wá opportunity láti ṣàbáyé ọkùnrin sọ̀rọ̀ because ó weigh me down thoroughly. Níbi kí n kú, níbi kí n kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Honestly, mo wà ní US, mo wà presently.
Okay.
But Nàìjíríà láti kóra wa bọ̀. Ìgbà tí mo ti ní ẹ̀sìn kan tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a bí ọmọ kan fúnra wa. Gba marry, but marriage yóò work. I waited for like 13 to 15 years kí n tó wá rí ẹni yìí. Ìgbà tí mo máa fẹ́ kò ní kankan lọ́wọ́. But me, I was doing fine. But àwọn kan against the family, àwọn kan support. But èmi jẹ́ the type kan tó jẹ́ pé èmi ò kí ń rò pé èèyàn kan ò lówó. Mo máa ní lọ́kàn pé ẹni tó bá lówó yìí, ṣùgbọ́n lọ́lọ́run tó bá tó ló mọ Ọlọ́run tó dẹ̀ ń ṣọ̀lẹ. Everything will work fine. It has always been my belief right from my university days. Mi kì í ròyàn pin. Mo wò mí àti ẹni yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀. At that time I was fine. I was doing very fine. As in, lọ́mọbìnrin oníwọ̀nba ara mi. Mi ò tọrọ jẹ. Mi ò dẹ̀ ibi ò dẹ̀ pa mí. Fúnra mi ni mo dá ṣe gbé bùkátà ara mi láìsọ pé bí èèyàn ní máa fẹ́ tàbí nǹkan kan. A dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò. Ọlọ́run ṣe àmì sí amárí ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé ẹni tí mo sọ mo ní kò sí nǹkan kan ṣe mọ̀ kí obìnrin bẹ̀rẹ̀ from the scratch. Kò ní lé pé kí wọ́n máa ra aṣọ fọ́kùnrin, kó ra bàtà, kó look good so that kó lè match up pẹ̀lú létí yẹn so that ẹ bá lọ ibì kan òun náà match up. Kò ní ní inferiority complex. You know jẹ́ kí n sí family house ní kó rí èèyàn kan pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ kó rí pé ó wà okay. Ṣé kẹ́ ṣáà máa cover up bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Gbogbo nǹkan gbogbo nǹkan dàrú ní marriage yẹn kó dàrú bọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan ò lọ déédéé. Àbí kò cut the story short. Mo ní ọ̀kan ní US tó access. So àṣà lọ to student àwọlé àbẹ̀sí ń kàwé ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ó ti mọ̀ déédéé. But ṣé mo èmi family tèmi jẹ́ low but our average okay. Adẹ̀jẹ́ tí ń dìtà pé àwọn ní party ńlá yẹn ni tó bá fẹ́ ṣe party àfún big party. But right ìgbà tá a wà Nàìjíríà yẹn ti ní ìwé pé family meeting àbí nǹkan kan wọn kì í disturb mi. Tèmi wà sọ pé àwọn èmi Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kémi lówó ẹ má ní mi lára wọn dẹ̀ ní mi lára. Máa sort it out láàrin ara wọn. So mo tó dẹ̀ rí pé ó ti wà okay. Ṣé wọ́n máa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n máa béèrè pé òtún wọn náà ti wà wọn náà drop now. Do you understand? But this small thing tí ẹni ìbá ṣe kì í ṣe owó ẹ̀ ló fi ṣe owó ìmọ̀ àti ẹ̀nu. Àjọ ni ṣé mo jú ẹ̀ mi mọ̀ àwọn tó bá ń gbé labroad tí tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ àtọkọ wọn jọ máa ń contribute owó pọ̀ ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Balẹ̀. Ṣé mo àwọn ọkọ mi náà tèmi náà ti ṣe tí mo ti gbójú tẹ́ pé tóun náà bá lọ sí function family wọn tẹ́ pé mọ̀tàlá ẹni tó bá ní èmi ni máa tọwọ́ bá kò pé ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ náà gbálẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Jẹ́ ìwọ lọ jẹ́ káwa dúró. Òye lọ lóríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ ò ká kọ́ bá ọ̀pọ̀. Tó bá tó wá di tèmi any small thing tó bá fi máa sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́mi ni. Àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ jẹ́ owó tí wọ́n pọ̀ jù ẹ̀ mọ̀jú owó lọ ní igbá dá ṣòkòtò. Ọ̀rẹ́ dẹ̀ máa ń dùn mí gan ṣe mọ̀ kí èèyàn máa fi gbogbo táwa ń bìbà wọn tí à ní wa lára. Wọn bàtà bá lè ṣe náà la máa jù. Ìmọ̀ tí gbogbo náà ló máa mú sílẹ̀ o. Lára owó wa ni èyí tó bá kù. Bí mo kọ́ ní pé ọkà máa mú wọn èyí tó bá kù. Lára business tèmi tún ṣe èmi ni máa fi balance up. Kì í ṣáà káṣírí ẹ máa tù. So àwọn fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan ní recently ní ìlú àǹsìn èmi fẹ́ travel. Tí wọ́n kọ́ tẹ̀ ní mo lọ mọ́tà ni mo fẹ́ travel sí. All of a sudden bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn pé èmi ṣé owó tó fẹ́ sọ mí dà ẹ̀dùn arinlẹ̀ ni. Ó máa sọ mí dẹ̀dùn arinlẹ̀. Ó dàbí pé mi ò gbọ́ láyé mi. Mo fẹ́ sọ.
Ọmọ ìlú wo lọkọ yín?
Kí ló fọtẹ? Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ọmọ ìlú wo?
Kí ló fọtẹ?
Ọmọ ìlú wo ni wọ́n?
Ọmọ Lagos State ni.
Àwọn gbọ́ Yorùbá gan-an. Ó dà ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ tán.
Kí ló fa ẹ̀dùn arinlẹ̀ nínú ilé? Ẹjọ́ nígbà tí mo máa fẹ́ yín sà ní mọ́tò. Pé ẹ ní nǹkan kan ẹ bá mi nínú ọ̀la ni kí ló wá fa ẹ̀dùn arinlẹ̀ nínú ilé? Ọ̀rẹ́ dùn mí débi pé honestly ó ṣe mí pé kí n walk out of that marriage. Nǹkan ẹ̀kan tí mò ń rò kí n má sọ but mò ń ro nǹkan kan. But as it is ó tún gbẹ kọ̀ mí pé ẹ gbà mí èèyàn bá ọkùnrin jìyà lọ bá ọkùnrin jìyà ni. Ṣé a tún máa regret tún máa encourage àwa gan ká má tún máa sọ kọ́ obìnrin ẹ má bá ọkùnrin jìyà o. Wọ́n bá ti lówó káṣẹ́rẹ́ díẹ̀ bá wa gbé àwọn jáde ni. Ìgbà tó ní nǹkan kan èmi ni mo dúró náà. So many things mo dúró fún ẹ tán ni pé kó má worry kò sí nǹkan kan. Tòótọ́ àwọn obìnrin funny o. Èmi náà gbé pé mi ò kì í sọ àpọ̀pá ọ̀rọ̀ ńgbà mi o. Mi ò máa ní ìṣẹ̀mọ̀ kan bẹ́ẹ̀. But still náà ìgbà míì gan inú lè bí mi máa ní mo tẹ̀sí lọ ti tún mi. Ìyá máa ní mi ò lọ bí kankan. Kò síbi tí mò ń lọ. Ó ṣàtìrí kó tó fẹ́ kó máa dúró pa mi. Do you understand? Nísìnyí kó wọn á máa sọ pé mi pé kí n dẹ́ ṣe pé owó ti ẹnìkan owó tajọ ni. Ọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́ ní plan pé òkè bá ṣe máa ṣe lélẹ̀. Ó wá di pé kò dẹ̀ drop ẹ̀ bí nǹkan ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lówó wà. Ó wá fẹ́ di pé táwọn ẹbí ẹ fẹ́ sọ mí dádùn arinlẹ̀ tí òun náà fẹ́ sọ mí dẹ́dùn arinlẹ̀ ni. Ẹ jọ sá kí la gbé kí la jù. Kò yé mi.
Ẹ ṣe so ọ̀rọ̀ títí tí yín sìn inú mi dùn pé kí yẹ pé bóyá third party bóyá a strange woman ọ̀rọ̀ financial constraint àti financial challenges.
Ọkùnrin kan wá bá mọ̀ kì í sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kọ́kùnrin wà kó má mọ̀rọ̀ sọ.
Okay, ọ̀rọ̀ sísọ.
Mental problem. Yeah, they will still come back and beg. Sorry mi ìnẹ̀kìnní kan. But it's coming ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kan sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé tí èèyàn bá ti ń tí ẹ̀sùn tí eléyìí bá ti ń pọ̀ jù ó máa ń jẹ́ kóbìnrin gan kó lose interest. Bó ṣe wà lọ́kùnrin náà ló wà lóbìnrin. Ṣé mo when it's getting too much that okay this guy do this he does that every time you just lose interest. Everything we just like ìyẹn kàn máa rò pé àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ dàbí kókó lò wá tó máa rò pé kí ló fẹ́ fáwọn ọmọ ìsílẹ̀ ni. Báwo lè fẹ́ pé at the same time ọmọ àti ọmọ ẹ̀ wá cope now with time. Èmi ó ṣe mí pé kí n kọ̀ just work out because tí máa work out I would even be happier. Òun ló máa mú tí máa sọ̀tọ̀ ọmọ. Àbùkù easy láti sọ̀tọ̀ ọmọ ní ìlú òyìnbó.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lélẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí màá ṣe.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ mi kú sínú wàhálà because ilé relief ó affect me emotionally.
Ẹ dúró a ti gbọ́ yín torí time torí mò ń lọ ibiṣẹ́ lálẹ́. Nǹkan tí mo máa ṣe ni wípé tẹ́ bá ṣì ń gbọ́ wa, mo máa make sure wípé bóyá mo lè link yín mọ́ àwọn tí bóyá bí èèyàn kan èèyàn méjì because bí ẹ ṣe ń sọ wípé ó ti sú yín pé bóyá bí kẹ́ ẹ ṣe kinní kan kìnìún ó gba sùúrù. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a sọ̀rọ̀ ṣóyè yín. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ later lẹ́yìn sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn sìn. Since ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ titi yín ọ̀rọ̀ wípé bóyá bí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò bá yín lára mu. A máa sọ lẹ́yìn sìn. Àwọn tí n bá máa link yín mọ́, màá link yín mọ́ wọn. Suzy baby ṣe wà ń bẹ̀? Ẹ mà kálẹ̀ ìyá mi. Yes.
Ẹ kálẹ̀ gbogbo ilé. Mo really enjoy our program yẹn. Sister, marriage is not easy. To enter marriage. Àwọn ìyá wa náà bá àwọn ìyá wa ṣe gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn ìyá wa pé kò sẹ́ni bọ̀ ẹni tí especially àwọn tó wà ní Europe sí because everybody ṣiṣẹ́ fún owó ẹ̀ ni iye tí obìnrin gan ṣiṣẹ́ jọkùnrin lọ ní Europe sí. Nàìjíríà agbátẹ̀gbàgbé ti Nàìjíríà yẹn náà ṣe pé culture ti wà nìyẹn culture ti wà ní pé I believe ọkùnrin máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Kò sí ọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ ṣe lè rí owó yẹn tó kó tó lè yọ nínú owó ẹ̀ yẹn mo jẹ́rìí àwọn yẹn owó wa àpò okùn tòbí ló máa wà a máa sùn lé lórí mọ́lẹ̀ gan ni ní tìpó yẹn ti Nàìjíríà yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tí Europe ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọkùnrin nínú kọkùnrin sínú ilé kíyàwó kó oúnjẹ sínú ilé nínú kí ọkùnrin kó máa mọ́mọ́ lọ school nínú kíyàwó kó lọ mú wọn tó bá bọ̀ tí wọ́n ti rí wà ní ti gbogbo Europe. So abáníkà fi ti Europe yẹn ṣe most of marriage marriage Europe single mother ló pọ̀ jù. Wọn ready láti endure. Ọkùnrin wọn sọ 1 wá sọ 10 fún because òun náà
ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ọkùnrin bá sọ 1 obìnrin ready láti gba ojú fún pé wá mi bàyẹ̀ ló ní gbogbo sálárì ẹ̀. Tó wá fẹ́ máa jàbálé Nàìjíríà ló ti lè ṣe yẹn lọ́ra fún tó bá ti ń bọ̀ ní Europe lọ́ra bọ́ bàtà wàhálà yẹn tètè dájọ́ náà sí Nàìjíríà kó tó wọlé because ọba aṣọ ṣe obìnrin yẹn á tún tiẹ̀ padà sílé ni. Most of àwọn èèyàn wá ṣe máa rí pé ọba ṣe pé obìnrin òun ti ṣe wàhálà obìnrin yẹn dáhùn padà sí Nàìjíríà because culture Nàìjíríà yàtọ̀ sí bíbáyìí.
Ó yàtọ̀.
Culture wa bíbáyìí culture Europe sí obìnrin ló ní Europe tó bá jáde ní lọ wá bí kan tó máa gbé ó máa fi bí ẹ sí yàtọ̀ àwọn ọmọ mi especially tó bá tẹ̀ ti lọ bímọ 3 méjì ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ ìwálé ọkùnrin yẹn
jẹ́ kí gbòòfò lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ jẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ mi tí rọra máa mi.
Wọ́n lè understand why tó fi ń jẹ́ kóbìnrin wà nílé. Yeah, because àwọn ní that is Europe. Ní Europe obìnrin ní Europe ọkùnrin láàárọ̀ láti lọ sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa là so that people will not think the women are throwing their husband out because of no to ṣe all. 70% can stand on his own and manage somewhere, sleep with on the couch with the what's it called? Wait. Máa sanwó lé ọkùnrin wa tó di extent ẹ pé ó wà atlas. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ó jẹ́ pé obìnrin yẹn gan ló ń sanwó lé àmà sọ pé ṣé tó kù wọ́n ti ń bọ̀ wọ́n ló ti sọ pé máa jà balẹ̀ obìnrin yẹn lórí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà. Ṣé ẹ pé we are not equal? Ẹ wo àwọn sísà wa ti mọ̀mí bí ìtọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe. She's a calm woman. She's a very calm one. But see, she have a tolori on the filler, and Tony filler. Gentle, you know, no man be our political to man go to party. Anyway, they don't feel with it. About our party, but yes, eléyìí ò gbàgbó, eléyìí tó bá lẹ́yìn ọ̀fọ̀ àfọ̀ ẹni márùn-ún, ṣẹ́bọ̀ obìnrin mi ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So my sister, ní take personal bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ó yẹ kẹ́ ti mọ̀ fún. Ṣé pé gbogbo ọkùnrin sọ̀rọ̀ bá nìyẹn. When I was putting my what's it called? When I was talking earlier, you busy, you will have the best behavior until Tobalowo. My sister, ọkùnrin bí aṣọ fún yín kò lówó ní òun lẹ́jẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Ìtú wà yín sọ yìí. Owó wà lọ́wọ́, owó lẹ̀sẹ̀ dọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sìn kò ní tẹ́lẹ̀ o. Ṣé kí ṣe pé ọ̀nà tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ fọwọ́ lọ́pọ̀ wọn ní sùúrù kó lọ́pọ̀ wọn. Ọmọ kò lówó lọ́wọ́ kò lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ṣàyí ẹ̀. Pé olówó ni ẹ òun ò lówó lọ́wọ́ o. Tẹ́pẹ́ tí mo fẹ́ láwọn mi kò dáadáa. Sísá wa ẹ̀ lèmi máa sọ pé kọ́ túbọ̀ ní sùúrù. Sorry, Mr. Ruti. I'm not going to generalize it based on the state. We have two types of people, good and the bad. It is not about where you come from. It's not. Sorry for it.
Now, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré mú ẹyọ kan wá. Màá wá gbé mọ́mí Wùnmí wọlé. Then màá jẹ́ kí bìrì ní òdì fọbalẹ̀ kí n tó round up. The first one tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ sọ nípa issue government. When we talk about, for example, fuel price ní Nigeria, fuel price ní bóyá Canada, US, whatever. It is very unfortunate when we see people abroad. Mo rí fídíò máa nǹkan tó mú búrẹ́dì dání, ó ní ẹ máa wò ó. Kíní kan pounds lòún ra búrẹ́dì yìí o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀ ń complain. Kíní kan. Ẹ wò ó, iye báyìí ni arepo ní US o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń complain pé kíní kan ní Nàìjíríà kíní kan. It is very, very, very unfortunate to see that. Ọ̀rọ̀ social media yìí, ká ní pé wọ́n máa ń test IQ ni. Social media will rest. Because IQ ẹlòmíì ò gbé kákan gbé fídíò, gbé phone. Pé mo ti rówó ra phone jẹ́ kí n kàn lọ sọ nǹkan kan. It is very unfortunate that even our system of education in Nigeria, it is, I don't know how to describe it. Téyàn ò bá kàwé, ó máa ń ka ọpọlọ. Most times, we say àwọn baba ńlá wa ò kàwé. Unfortunately, àwọn baba ńlá wa yìí, they have shown the things they left behind have always shown that àwọn ẹni ka ọpọlọ. For example, we've seen a grandpa who has departed this world since maybe 90s, 80s. Till date, such a man is still fulfilling what the Bible says, that a righteous man leaves inheritance for his children's children. To the extent that even as of 2026, they are still selling or having reference to make of what such a man and the wife, the grandma, left behind. Why am I going in this direction? Our system of education is such that we just want to go to school and pass. Mo fẹ́ ṣe first. People who came first, I can't even remember them, if I even knew them. But I always remember the people who held my hands when things were tough in class. The people I held their hands will still always remember forever. Now, when we want to compare two entities like two nations, I am tending towards the fact that our government officials back home, apart from being puppets to the Western world, they are also from such homes that wickedness runs in their veins. Because this poverty in Nigeria, I am still standing here to say it without apology, that it is weaponized poverty. The reason why I'm quickly saying this is because kì í ṣe gbogbo ọkùnrin ló jẹ́ wípé tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ìwà oníwà ló máa ń wù. Some men are actually there tó ń wùwà oníwà because they were not able to fulfill the promise they made to that lovely woman when they met. That I will bring down this for you, I will do this. And when they had, the women can say that, yes, they were doing it. And gbogbo obìnrin kọ́ ni wèrè. Àwa ríru àwọn obìnrin kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn máa ní kí lórí lára olòṣì yìí tó dẹ̀ tiẹ̀ òun ló yé. Ó kàn lè má lówó mọ́lé ni when he had. I know what he has put in the bank of my memory. So irú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀, when things turn around as a result of the wickedness of our government officials, okay, things turn soberly, ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wúwa níwà irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀, ó máa difficult fún to fi irú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. So you understand that it is the reverse situation now. And why am I making reference to two entities? Tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe experiment, there is what we call control experiment. There is another one that we want to use to test changes in variances in an experiment. Let's say, for instance, the issue of osmosis or diffusion in secondary school. You have the control experiment whereby you put peeled pawpaw, carica papaya, if I still remember. If you put it in water, it will be, there will be movement of water molecules from inside the bowl into the pawpaw because the concentration of what they call it, mineral salt, is high in the pawpaw. So the water molecules will be moving from regions of lower concentration to region of higher concentration. Now, the other experiment is such that they will add some chemicals into the water such that the concentration in the water will be higher than the concentration in the pawpaw. Hence, water molecules will be moving out. Now, when we bring that analogy, because the problem with our education is we cannot think outside the box. How do they relate with the real world? Because in my days in UI, character comes before learning. It is not about first class. With your first class, do you even have the mind to stand for what is right in the society? So, suffice to say that so many professors, when they see my videos, you must be able to be bold to stand for what is right. We taught him. We are so proud of what he's doing. Now, control experiment and the other one, with respect to two nations. When you say Canada is selling petrol at this rate, what is the quantity? And what are the characteristics? What are the resources that Canada can boast of? When you compare it with the control experiment that Nigeria can boast of. How many of you remember in the 80s, in our social studies, we will have a particular column having states. Then how many states, Lani? We didn't have 36 states. And Anto Manja, the new exam, they call it a current affairs. You will have a column naming the states. The next column will state all the resources that you can have in such a state. Gradually, they eliminated this from our curriculum. So that when you are even talking about resources, graduates of Nigeria universities today, they cannot even think outside the box. So the crude oil we're talking about, how can we be complaining as Nigerians when learned professors are what? They are sitting on the fence. They don't want to buy. But we have decided to leave the affairs of the country with such resources into the hands of touts, of drug lords, of narcotic pushers, of people who were raised as monsters in the societies. That if you ask a president today, okay, our primary resources, is crude oil, which we have in abundance. Okay, let our president come out today, both past and present, come and tell us all the products that can come from crude oil. Because when we say crude oil, a layman, even the ones who have been to the four walls of universities, their thinking is limited to petrol, kerosene, diesel, engine oil. But an average Nigeria will never think that when you carry out fractional distillation, the chemical separation technique called fractional distillation, immediately you apply temperature or heat to test tube having a quantity of crude oil. Quote me anywhere that the first thing that comes out is CH4, which in organic chemistry we call methane. Now, in our world, how many graduates will believe that this methane is our cooking gas? But look at our politicians, how they have weaponized poverty so that they can continue to have competition as to who can steal the most. I'm not going to use the word embezzlement. How many Nigerian governments, how many presidents have declared that the first product of our crude oil, which is cooking gas, we should be having access to it in Nigeria in such a way that cooking gas will not be expensive? How many? So many of us don't think outside the box. And that is why when a learned entity comes out and say he or she wants to become the president of that nation, even external forces who are enjoying the fact that we are learned but we are still illiterate in Nigeria, they will never allow such a person to be there. It is do or die affair. But they would rather be behind a man who doesn't even know his right from left. So please, henceforth, any Nigerian abroad, wherever you might be, and you are joining people to say that, hey, please think twice about what you have gone to school to study. And I give it to you for free today, that with the quantity of resources they found and they keep finding in Nigeria, reason why they are killing people so much in the north, ọwọ́ China, ọwọ́ wọn ò mọ́, ọwọ́ US ò dẹ̀ mọ́. Because if somebody like kí lorúkọ man tó wà lẹ́yìn Abacha, kí lorúkọ man tó jẹ́ chief security officer Abacha ń gbà yẹn, tí wọ́n arrest lé Òkúta tó ló allege pé òun pa Kudirat Abiola, kí lorúkọ ẹjọ ẹ bá mi rántí Mohammed Kinina, ẹjọ ẹ bá rántí orúkọ ẹ. He went to Berekete family about a few years ago. He said, please carry your Google and find out. Al Mustafa, thank you so much, authentic me. Al Mustafa said that they discovered kí lorúkọ element yìí again. They discovered another resources in the northern part of Nigeria. And this element is part of what they need to make nuclear weapons. Don't forget that we also have lithium, which Elon Musk always needs to make his batteries. Lithium, californium. Thank you so much. Californium mean now.
I think it is over $1 million per gram.
Ẹ lọ wò lórí Google bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Californium as at 2017, go and check what gram of californium is or was on what scale. Our government officials discovered that and they have been sitting down on it for time immemorial. How many Nigerians know this? But when it comes to anybody to declare as human rights activist, even though he is canvassing money stealing money for himself. We are behind Amani, human rights activists. When Tony Aimaku is abusing Lizzie and Johnny, you will see Nigerians there. The same Nigerians who are saying that they don't have money to eat, they have money to be spreading and sharing such. Eba me mute. Sharing such useless stories. Stories that, how many of you know that there are some stupid bloggers who are paid for Nigerians to be distracted? You don't know. So you don't know. Now, how many Nigerians believe that in the normal settings with good leaders who have conscience, no Nigerian, I say it with my whole mouth, beating my chest, no Nigerian shouldn't have had any reason to travel outside Nigeria saying they are looking for greener pastures. Because the original greener pastures are lying there in Nigeria, but in the hands of good-for-nothing entities like the likes of Tinubu, for personal ambition over the survival of a nation. And for what it's worth, some of us will be on social media, will be saying that they colonize us, amalgamation, we're not supposed to be together. Come on, guys. I will tell you that the only reason why tribalism is killing us in Nigeria is because we ourselves are wicked. And we are allowing our leaders to use this tool against us. Go to Canada, multiculturalism, and everywhere is peaceful. The government knows the right thing to do. You want to tell me that, let's assume that they even join us together for evil. If we had gotten it right, that okay, let's rotate this presidency, and we don't even need a multi-dimensional, a multi-point agenda by any regime. You, regime that is coming in, it is security. Don't dabble into road. We don't want road. We want this security issue to be tackled. Tell me that 4 years is not enough to flush out these good-for-nothing, blood-sucking, bloodthirsty demons who call themselves terrorists from the other countries. When Babangida or Abacha said, if terrorism lingers for more than 2 days in a nation, there is a hand of government officials there. How many government officials in this regime have been indicted for sponsoring terrorism? But the judiciary, despite being filled with senior advocates who have been to school for so many years of their lives, they have been to school for so many years of their lives, only to become puppets to the likes of Tinubu, who cannot even provide this, any certification, who doesn't even know his real age. How shameful can we be as a nation? How shameful can we be? That we have senior advocates, and you have only the likes of Dele Farotimi in the midst of all these wolves because of money. They have sold their conscience. So there is no way we'll be talking about families today, because the family units are supposed to be the foundation of every society. But these units are broken down. It's like having H2O as the foundation of water. If the chemical bond between chemical bond between hydrogen and oxygen is broken down, can we have water? No. You're going to be having different things entirely. And the easiest job on this planet Earth, as wide and as diverse it is being a politician in Nigeria. And the only tool you need is your conscience. And you shut doors against every external force and say enough is enough. So there is no way we'll be talking about this friction in the families. The primary one is the intentional weaponization of poverty that these government officials, both past and present, and there's no way we'll talk about these things, that the likes of Baba Obasanjo will not be dragged. How many of you remember common SIM card when they wanted to bring it that year, 99 or 2000? How many of you remember how they packaged it for Nigerians? Just like they are selling CD. 34,000. How many of you remember the same SIM card? They package it, put it in CD pack to come and sell to us, because we had a very useless and self-centered government. Kere kere. a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rí toothpaste nínú sachet kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀, a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rí tomato paste nínú sachet. Ibẹ̀ ni mo mọ̀ páyé wa ti bàjẹ́. But to date, are we ready to stand up to do the right thing? No. Mọ́mí Wùnmí, ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé yín wọlé kí Bírì ní ìdí tó sọ̀rọ̀.
Mo kí gbogbo wa ò kó dé ìdílé. Àkúrọ̀lẹ́.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Jay, lẹ́nu ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé. Tẹ́rí ibi tẹ́ mú dé yìí. Tèmi bá rò ó gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ níjọba, tó ti retire for some time. Mo ti retire over 20 years ago now. And believe me, kékeré mi, Nigerian, ìbínú bí mi, síbínú fòrò mi sọ̀rọ̀. So when we see these things going on this way, oh man, it makes my heart bleed. But she says, Kerry, àwọn ìjọba tó ń treat wa, wọ́n ṣe ghost. They went from our midst. Olúkálùkù wọn ló lọ láti inú yàrá kan láti wọ́n jáde sí ìwà tí wọ́n ní tó wà nínú wọn lọ gbé. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àgbà gangan la sọ wọ́n di nǹkan.
Tádà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, àwa yìí gangan, àwa tá a pè ní citizens, àwa la sọ wọ́n di nǹkan. Bíbélì níbì kan, I don't want to be biblical or anything, but ó sọ wípé àwọn tó ń pọ́n wọlé wọn ṣìnà. Tẹ́rí bá ṣe wà yìí, tí gbogbo àjọ ń sọ kankan náà tó dàbí ẹni pọ́kàn wa ó so mọ́ kinní kan ṣe kinní kan, tó bá di lọ́la báyìí la ṣe máa ṣe. Ṣẹ̀rá àwọn tó wọ́n lé ẹ̀gbọ́n pé tó bá di lọ́la yẹn, tó bá dọ̀la tó kankan yẹn.
Àwọn ni kéyìn fura sí.
Níbi táwa kan ti ń pariwo pé kíní yóò dá báyìí, kíní yóò dá báyìí, kíní yóò dá báyìí, ibẹ̀ lẹ máa rí táwọn kan máa lọ sọ fún wọn pé àgbẹ̀dá bẹ́ẹ̀ ló kó.
Tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí ìjẹkújẹ.
Mi mọ́nú ẹnì kejì mi. Ìjọ bọ́sìtà ìjọ máa pariwo kan náà. Tẹ́rí a lot of these things tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ènìyàn làwọn tó wà níjọba náà kì í ṣe gold. Ọ̀dẹ̀ dàbọ̀. Ní wa ni wọ́n ti lọ síbẹ̀. Àwọn kan àdúgbò bí kan kìíní kan wọ́n á gbowó tí wọ́n ní àwa fáwọn tó wà ní àdúgbò fún wọn ní feedback. Until we are ready to change our mentality in this nation, anything will change. Anything will be better. Mi lọ yunifásitì o. Ṣùgbọ́n mo yunifásitì ń sìn ní àti àjọ dúró. Àjọ wa pọ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n ti ṣe mo lọ ṣàgbá courses ní kọ̀ǹpútà nínú àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wa Unilag.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Fojú rí. Yes, sir. Adẹ̀sọ́pà nǹkan. Ṣẹ́dó ti pẹ́ ta ti ń tanra wa. Fortunately ti dá sí gbogbo wa lọ́rùn. Kò dé bọ́ àti ẹ̀mọ́ bó ṣe máa bọ́. The way forward, I personally don't know. Adé yìí àti ta ọjọ́ iwájú wa. You see, the only fear I have, táwọn èèyàn ní solution sí. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Irọ́ tó tó láyé yóò sì.
I remember very well, my mother will never buy
Thank you.
ẹni tí ò bá ní 4,000 naira lọ́wọ́ kò lè ra ẹja ẹyọ kan tó jókòó epo.
ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹja aláwọn èèyàn fídíò mo ní fídíò ibi téèyàn ti ń fi omi jẹ fùfú lábẹ́ igi téèyàn kan rí ń bẹ̀.
Kò sí epo ń bẹ̀. Ta ni ṣàkóso ẹran kò sí nǹkan kan dẹ̀ sí oúnjẹ.
Mọ́mì mi, in a nation where somebody is doing everything possible evil, every evil possible to come for second time using G-Wagon for campaign to people who cannot feed.
Àwọn èèyàn ń ṣe àwọn yìí sì ń bí wà yìí. Mo ò lè ṣe politics láyé àti láyé torí mi lè purọ́.
ADC ti wá sí lọ mí, mo ti sọ fún wọn pé mi lẹ́nu èmi ìṣe.
Àwa báyìí ò lè débẹ̀ because wọ́n mọ̀ pé a lè pa irọ́. Rí tàbí iṣu tó ti bàjẹ́ sínú ni eléyìí tiẹ̀ tí wá bàjẹ́ ó ti dé.
Ó ti dé ta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó dìgbà tó bá dé ta bá bẹ́ẹ̀ bó eléyìí ti bàjẹ́ dé ta.
Nísìnyí eléyìí ó ti bàjẹ́ dé ìta. Wà kò ṣe fẹ́ yanjú. In all of what we are saying, like you had said, it has affected the homes. Kò jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ wá wù. Kò jẹ́ kókùnrin mọ̀ pé ọkùnrin lòun. Kò jẹ́ kóbìnrin mọ̀ pé obìnrin lòun. Ìyáálé lòun gbọ́dọ̀ tó kú ọmọ. Ṣọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ tó ju sílẹ̀. Wọ́n ti ń ṣe oúnjẹ, wọ́n ti ń jẹ́ provider, breadwinner.
Underage kids.
Age 15. Níbo la fẹ́ sọ níbo la ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀? Where do we start from? Irú àwa tá a bá wò pé títí mo fi ṣe tán tí mo fi ṣe school start tán 1970 at age 18 ní ìtò bẹ́ẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ wo ni mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe? I started work in 71 bí ṣe tán báyìí December 1970 bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ 71 February nígbà yẹn as a clerk. Responsibility tí mo gbọ́dọ̀ nínú ilé. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ tá a rán lọ sí school wọ́n ríṣẹ́ ṣe? Wọ́n ò bí wá ní kíní yẹn is a spiral thing. Jẹ́ pé ó pọ̀ ilé ó pọ̀ òde. Tí wá yọ níbẹ̀, ó ní agbára o. Báyìí tí ò wọ́n rẹ̀ tí ò wo position tó wà. Situation. Bẹ́ẹ̀ after àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ wà ní títì lọ máa ṣe ìwọ náà. Torí bàbá tó kọ́ ọmọ kéèyàn sọ pé dádì ẹ̀ tí ì send owó tẹ fẹ́ send sí mi ọmọ wà yunifásitì. Bàbá ẹ̀ ló wọ̀ tí ì send ẹ̀. Ó ní ìwọ ní fóònù ó mọ̀ nǹkan káwọn ọmọ ṣe. These children are because I believe wípé ebi ń pa wá at a same position. And when you look at it gidigidi gan greed ní gbogbo ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Níṣẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ nígbà ayé tiwa nígbà tá a kéré ló ń fún wa náà. Life wa of certain things. Ìrẹsì tá a wá ń jẹ láàárọ̀ tá à ń jẹ lọ́sàn-án tá à ń jẹ lálẹ́.
Ṣebí Sunday ni.
Kí là ń bá ká? Kí ni nǹkan tá a tiẹ̀ èmi ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa wípé àwọn ìjọ kan mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn kan tó wá sórí rédíò tó pera àwọn politicians mo ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ bá mi bi wọ́n léèrè ṣé wọ́n máa ń sùn ṣá? Ṣé wọ́n ń sùn wọ́n dẹ̀ ń dúdú? Kí ni conscience wọ́n sọ fún wọn? Don't they have people who go out and go come back tell them wípé.
What about their family members?
Bí àwọn masses. This is a situation where èèyàn máa kó ọmọ lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó ń tàrẹsì àtẹ̀wà. A ní kọ́tà ẹ̀wà fún mi. Òun dẹ̀ gbàgbé báàgì owó sílé. A fi ọmọ lọ. Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Process ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ during all of these things tá à ń sọ. So tá a bá wò ó ti jọ́ tá a bá jókòó tá a bá wò pé kíní ìṣù wa ó dàbí pé kò tí ì ṣù wa rárá. Ó dàbí pé some of us are still enjoying a lot. In fact, a higher percentage wa ṣì ń enjoy ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Irú àwa báyìí ò enjoy àmì retiree. Owó tí mò ń gbà ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fi kún díẹ̀ ni kí ló rà?
Bàbá ni wọ́n ti ń jẹ. Èèyàn kan ní ó ní wọ́n ti ń jẹ eku àti aláǹgbá. Ẹnìyẹn fi hàn tán yan sílé. Wọ́n bèèrè pé ṣé ẹ mọ̀ ni? Ó ní eku ilé.
Àbí?
Eku ilé tá a máa ń fi poison pa.
Ṣebí èyí tó rí nìyẹn. There are some things, some people wọn ò lè sọ. Mo ní wọ́n èyí tó sọ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn nínú Bíbélì ó dàbí pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sè.
Àwọn èèyàn kan ti ń jẹ́ èèyàn sí. Cannibals.
Kí ló ń ṣe? Kí ló ń pè wọ́n? Kí ló ń ṣe kíní yẹn? Protest tí wọ́n ṣe bá wọn jáde. And tó bá bá ojú ó bá imú nà wò lè kàn dákẹ́ta kan máa wò. Nínú fídíò yẹn mo pariwo ní obìnrin yẹn jáde àwa ló affect jù. Ilé ń gbọ́mọ wa lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ ń gbọ́mọ wa lọ́wọ́. Kí làwọn obìnrin jókòó ṣe? Àǹtí wọn lè tẹ̀lé yín. Because ó ti sọ fún wọn pé ká máa pray fún Nàìjíríà. Àwọn politics ṣe ń gé wa jẹ, àwọn bá wọn fàtẹ́gùn sí. Tẹ bá jáde ń sìn lọ́ máa sọ fún yín pé you are not a true child of God. And if you don't auntie, I know how many people that has mo ṣe ń pera mi lọ́mọ èṣù ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún yín orí platform yìí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń pera mi lọ́mọ èṣù. Because I'm an ex-member of RCCG. I am saying the truth. A lot of people started telling me you are backslidden. You kiri kan wọ́n wò pé ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn. Àwọn èèyàn ń ṣe báyìí ẹni ká má sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ sọ pé àyà àwọn kan bàbá ni wọ́n àárín wọn fín. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ba gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹni ká máa wọ́n ní ká máa ṣàdúrà. Ṣàdúrà lọ̀rọ̀ wá gbà bí ká take action. Ẹ mọ èyí tá a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe kọjá ẹ̀ kí ló ń ṣe ń pè Easter tá a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe kọjá ẹ̀. Easter tá a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe kọjá ẹ̀ níbì kan nínú Bíbélì nígbà tí Mósè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pé ẹgbà ó ní pa wájú. First time tí máa ever ṣàmẹ́. Wọ́n ti sábà ní de ṣe é fún wa ní gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ fún wa. Wọ́n ní ẹ bá wò ó dàgbé. Bá ti lè fọ lóde ẹ̀fẹ̀ mi lẹ̀ ọmọ èṣù bèbí mi ti gbà. First day tí máa dé Amẹ́ríkà mi tí ìsọ̀kalẹ̀ nù plane. Omi dẹ̀ ń bọ́ lójú mi.
Ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́mi náà.
Ọ̀sẹ̀ tí máa rí terrain gbogbo kìíní yẹn.
Ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi the first year I left Nigeria.
2005. Sẹ́mi nìkan kọ́ ni omi ń bọ́ lójú ẹ̀ nínú plane yẹn. Bàbá máa fi bọ́ọ̀lẹ̀. Ìjọ yẹn mo observe débẹ̀ ìjọ yẹn gangan wípé Ọlọ́run dá Nàìjíríà á pé in every aspect. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ káwọn voice dey cry. Àfihàn àwọn ń gbé lágìjù. So why are we doing this to ourselves until mentality wa ṣé mo pàdé tí kó ran àwọn ọmọ wa.
Kò sí ọjọ́ ọ̀la fún Nàìjíríà níbi foundation ní àdúrú foundation sí especially ìjọba tó wà níta kò sí foundation kankan fáwọn ọmọ yẹn. We have just told them that bloodshed is a normal thing. We have just told them that stealing public fund is another thing. We have just told them that political thuggery is a sector on its own.
Ìṣẹ́wárí yes sir. So many things ló ti in fact kò ṣeé sọ tán. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fìyẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Ṣẹ́rí ní ti ọ̀rọ̀ tilé tẹ́ ẹ sọ tí wọ́n bá lẹ́nu yín. Somebody mentioned it and I like that. Then púpọ̀ nínú obìnrin ló kẹ́rù tán ti di ẹrù wa ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Sílẹ̀ first thing tó kọ́kọ́ fi síbẹ̀ wọ́n wá kó ẹrù lé lórí. And that is why you will see some men kíyàwó wọn máa jù bọ́ọ̀lù báyìí. Kàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ kò tí kò mí ni. That's orí ni gbogbo. Yes, no, very well. Wípé gbogbo wa kọ́ la máa ti dalẹ̀. Irú ẹ̀ làwọn tí wọ́n rí pé wọ́n lè wọ́n ìyàwó mi lè fún mi. Ìyá tó wọ́n jẹ lọ́wọ́ ìyá tó wọ́n jẹ lọ́wọ́ kò ṣe é kọ́lẹ̀. Nípa bá rí tiẹ̀ tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pariwo tó ń ara ń ta ẹ́ tí kinní kan ṣe tó bá ń mú kò ní sí ọ̀nà. Tí ẹ̀bí ti mọ́là ilé ayé yìí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló wà níbẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ẹ ṣeun.
We need to do something. If something má bàa ṣe wá, something ti ń ṣe wá already. Because wàá máa wíru ẹlòmíà wíru. I can't imagine somebody coming out to say that kò síyà tó ń jẹ anybody. Àlè rẹ̀ di ìrọ̀lẹ́. Láíláí ẹ̀rọ di ìrọ̀lẹ́. Sínú omi, ọ̀rẹ́ sínú omi. Lórí tó máa rà fẹ́ rà. Ẹ lọ sọ́jà ẹ̀rọ tó máa ń kó òkú ẹ̀ lọ́lé.
Nígbà yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Nígbà yẹn ẹ máa bí tì í. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tì í mà ẹnu fẹ́ẹ́ dàdé òkè o. Nísìnyí wọ́n máa ń bẹ nílẹ̀ ni.
Egun.
Ṣé wàá rí ibi tó wọ̀ sí dé? Oh, I don't know. Tẹ̀rí wa gan fúnra wa a ní lọ́wọ́ adìmẹ́rù o. Àwọn èèyàn kan náà yàn sí nígbà ayé láíláí wọ́n ní àwọn ìyá wọléwọlé wọ́n ní bàbá wọléwọlé. Àmùlà wa ń lò nígbà tèmi kéré tí mò ń lọ sí tí mo wà primary school. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń yẹ̀ wò. Níbo ni gbogbo kinní wọ̀nyẹn wà? Níbo ló wà? Medical kí lẹ ṣe ń pè medications. Yes, problem tó ní ó máa di mọ̀ ní. Nítorí àṣàgbọ̀n ṣe nìyẹn. Kí là ń wò wọ́n níbo láti sí?
Ṣé rí question yìí máa kọ sílẹ̀ ní on the 13th a máa mú láti bẹ̀ as this question as it affects our home comparing our homes back then and now. Ẹ jẹ́ kí bí renewed sọ̀rọ̀ kí n lè lọ múra bíṣẹ́.
All right.
Ẹ ṣe mà.
so much. Have a good evening. But we follow me here. Say, Uba.
Be renewed. Share one bell. Amen.
I don't know my dad country.
Mm.
One thing came to me about this nation, and it's going to happen if we do not. Foreigners will begin to occupy positions because they're already occupying our corporate world.
Yes.
So will be at the Senate, there will be local government chairman. I'm telling you, what is going on now? Nigeria has been sold, and these people knows that we have all it takes, to flourish, and will come and use it for their own benefit. But no, like I said, when I talk about Nigeria, it is well. I was listening to this. Sorrow. To respond to that woman that called you over the phone. Sharing a lot of things, especially in this abroad that we have. So many things are in place to break homes. We have it in Nigeria. So many things they are deliberately put in place to break relationships. And until we realize that and look for solution, individual solution. That's why I always tell people, live your reality. Don't live by the books of others. Live by the books of
Yes.
Live your reality. Because you're the one that is there. You're the one facing it. So you want to provide one solution. You understand? It doesn't mean you're not going to talk to people. But
Leño.
Yield is economy. That a lot of as young as I am in marriage is but I have people that are over years that comes to me and when they bring their issues, God helping me, we talk to solve it. Always telling people, look at it from your own, the reality of what reality without comparing it to another one. You understand? Most times we live by the books written by others. We live by speeches of motivational speaker. It's not that we shouldn't take their advice, you understand? But don't let us 100% live by other people's ideas. Cherry, the response to that woman is this. Couple may join help. I think what she can do with the consent and discussion with us is conjọ jókòó, conjọ sọ̀rọ̀ pé má jẹ́ àpawọ́pọ̀. Ọ̀jẹ́ nǹkan báyìí lèmi máa ṣe, nǹkan báyìí ni wọ́n máa ṣe. When it comes to my family, that is the reality that I can face. Because Shemo, our religious leaders must
àjèjì ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù dání for everybody.
It doesn't work like that for everybody. I share light up. It's not like that. So I preach it everywhere I go. Live based on reality. So, for me, in order people to see God needs to sit down so that she won't get to that level that she mentioned. It's not worth it. Jésù ti wá sáyé tí kò fún gbogbo wa. Mi ò kú fún ẹ má para yín. Ẹ má dìbò yẹn. Instead, have discussion. You understand? Mm-hmm. Then 2, I want to say, there was a woman that was talking. She wanted to do oral marriage. Mama, but I'm stigmatized. Single parent. She understand? Mm-hmm. Single home, then you are not being sensitive. Because most times, when she single sorrow. So that it will look as if on tackle, but I'm coming from you. Because me, I'm a single person. I'm a single mom. All right? Of myself. Tí bá fún wọn lésìn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ṣe wọ́n pé mi ti dìpẹ́ mi ò rán anybody to anybody. We must come out stop when you're the single mother ni me. So what? I know that our community, they don't encourage us, you know. Don't make them we have, in fact, we have successful children.
Ben. Ben.
It will look as if singleness. No. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not single. I'm not single, but for God's sake, me only single. Sherry, one thing I also want us to put out to understand the amount of pain you feel when you're physically abused is the same amount of pain you feel when you're emotionally abused.
Ben.
The fact that you don't see it does not mean it's not there. So for some people that would stay, money capacity. Capacity. Only this same TikTok, young man, young boy that was talking 2 years ago, the young to party. Who's a young emotionally? Oh, this stage you can young more. Sick. She understand. So don't let us invalidate all those pains by saying talk of me of no. Sorry.
Ben.
I'm not speaking I want single. I'll be 23 years. April 18th. See about Mama Shiku. So, so if you are single motherhood for some single fatherhood, many people, but when there is this emotional torture, when there is physical torture, nítorí ẹ̀sùn wípé àwọn dúró yẹn wọ́n á ti kú káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ṣoríire. Like someone beginning from our society, some of them were single
Grandmothers, our great grandmothers, well, go and look at them in the village. Some of them are single mothers. Society will look down on generation why because àwọn obìnrin ti gbéra wọn ni. RG máa ń sọ nǹkan kan most times ẹ̀yin obìnrin wọ̀nyí kí lẹ̀ ń wá kiri gan. Wọ́n ṣe gbéra wa ni of course fear of the unknown bá a lè ṣe fẹ́ tọ́jú ọmọ ọmọ máa yè ọmọ máa yanjú. Ẹ̀rù tó olúkálukú máa ṣe láyé ẹ̀ ọ̀nà ó tiẹ̀ wá kì í ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló bá lára mu pẹ̀lú mọ́làmálà mólòmọ́lò tí wọ́n bọ̀ rọ́.
No. That's the reason that it is on the 13th, because I'll be going to work today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow. Once I clear off now, I'm going to prepare for work. So what I will do is I'll make sure that we'll come back on the 13th. But I don't know the time yet. By the 12th, I should know when I'll be coming back, because this issue of challenges, maybe while we're discussing it back and forth, maybe by the grace of God, Ali Shede Bikanto, irrespective of this evil in the government, maybe our discussion can open up to some real solutions that can come up within communities that will help families, while at the same time we will be making sure that we attend to some of these general challenges that homes are facing, that couples are facing, with the primary aim targeted at helping the children. Maybe on that day, like we've done before, we're going to discuss why it is very difficult for parents to accept that kì í ṣe pé bóyá ohun àwọn náà to appear as failures fún àwọn ọmọ wọn. But at the same time, in going forward, ẹ̀yin ọmọ yìí, èmi àti ìyá yín a mọ̀ pé a ti ṣẹ̀yìn, because in tí mò ń rí tó ń pa mí lẹ́kún lójoojúmọ́, some people will come out and say, you're talking because you are abroad, you're talking because you're looking for followers, you're talking because àwọn kan tẹ̀ tó sọ pé bóyá torí owó lórí monetization social media, which I don't even know how to go about it. It is not my priority. The bloggers who are cutting my videos to make money, yes, I appreciate them. I appreciate them because at the end of the day, the news, what we're doing is going more and more viral, despite the fact that it is very dangerous. Now, if some of you that are short-sighted in that manner, we say, Tori Kinikan, do you think that it is very easy for somebody like myself to forget what Nigeria added onto me? No.
Just ignore the side.
No, mo kàn tí mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní in rounding up. Mo kàn fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní.
Mama Wunmi sọ̀rọ̀ kan and it resonated with me. Mama, wọ́n ní àwọn parí secondary school at the age of 18 in 1970. So by virtue of her age now, I think she should be around 74. So if a 74 years old woman who went out for protest, wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé torí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní country yẹn, àwọn obìnrin ló ń affect. Maybe the women too should start informing women in the society, in their local society.
Just like it was before. Nǹkan tí mo ti sọ wípé solution máa wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ti government side nsìn tó ìfojú máa ti àwọn ìyá abiagba, àwọn bíi Esther Ajayi tó lọ ń gba ráìsì tó ń pín ráìsì lé àwọn tán ti ní kán pray for donkey years lọ́wọ́, that we are going to be funding.
You have 74 on protest, ọmọ 38 years ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ń lọ sí orí òkè lọ gbàdúrà pé òun ló máa change destiny òun. Let us sensitize the women. Women have the potential. Then the government could not deal with women brutally the way they would do to men.
Ben, thank you so much for that. Please, on Notabama Agbegba, on the 13th, we will make sure that we have a longer session where we will entertain more and more this thing so that I can go and get ready for work now. Inú mi dùn fún ìwọ̀nba tá a tiẹ̀ lè fọwọ́ sí. I really appreciate everyone tó ti contribute. Hello? 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 Okay. So thank you so much, everybody, for the wonderful contribution. My prayer is that Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa dọmọ lọ́mọ, àwọn tó ti dọmọ lọ́mọ, Ọlọ́run á bá wa mú wọn padà wá sílé by our own intentional. Hello? 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 Network. Hello? Ó dà pé network yín ò dáa o. Àwọn eléyìí tó ti di ọmọ lọ́mọ, k'Ọlọ́run ń jẹ́ kí wọ́n padà wá sílé. And gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń rí tó jẹ́ pé àwọn small boys, àwọn small girls, nǹkan tó ń ṣe ní society, maybe we'll have intentional parents, because nǹkan tẹ́lòmíì máa rò ní pé ó tì mí ò kàn ń yọrọ ẹ lẹ́nu ni, because nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ gan. If one child can be rescued by the intentional plans of the parents from the clause of this society that he creates in different governments, I think we will have done a very good job in this topic. So God is going to help us. Last year, on the 13th will be our next meeting. Please, everybody, take note. We're going to be discussing the various challenges, way forward, income issues, economic issues, stress management techniques, why communications fade, raising kids in this era, lack of intimacy, trust issues, various expectations, career pathways, and a lot of things. I think on that day, so that it won't be as if people are sharing their own experience, the few experience I had.
Be renewed ló máa wá kọ ẹjọ́ àkọ ìjọ yìí.
Ìkọlọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí wọ́n ráyè. Be renewed ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá lè make ara yín available ẹjọ́, you know. Okay. So that I'll just return out the questions and now Ben.
Let's work on that.
Okay.
You know that sometimes when you're 5,000, my friend tell me, I know you're 5,000. She understand.
Ben. I still did that about a few days ago. I picked like 20 people. Yes. 13th of April. Great job. Ben. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin married couple tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe maneuver and everything, gbogbo àwọn challenges, and we want you to come and share with people who are having friction, especially to younger couples. So gbogbo àwọn tí marry ju 1 or 2 years lọ tó jẹ́ wípé nǹkan tí ń ṣe bákan and Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́. On that day, we'll have enough time to go into the discussion.
Priorities àwọn ọmọ wa gan ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn, ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí olúkálùkù tá a sọ lágbára Ọlọ́run.
All right. Àmì máa fẹ́ ṣe.
Kúṣẹ́ àìsí all the time. At times I just sit down, màá kàn máa rẹ́rìn-ín. Tí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bá ń bọ́, àwọn ọ̀fọ̀ yẹn tó bá ń jábọ́, pé irú wọ́n rádaràda.
Okay, man. Ebony.
Gọ́ọ̀mì nílé comment wá ní àárín fún rẹ̀. A ní màá fi lè ránṣẹ́ sí yín.
Mo ṣe fídíò kan wípé mo fẹ́ ṣe ní pẹ̀sẹ̀pẹ̀sẹ̀ wípé àìfẹ̀lẹ̀ kì í bò sí kò jẹ́ ká rẹni jó. But at the time tí mo ń record the video yẹn, kìíní yẹn kàn gbé mi wọ̀, ẹnìkan á lọ ṣe comment pé Mr. Rotimi ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ fẹ́ fẹ́lẹ̀. Mo rẹ́rìn brother yẹn, wọ́n pọ̀ nìgan. Thank you so much. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ni màá.
Mo ti ẹ̀kọ́ ìṣàánú mi ì fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ mi ì fẹ́ sọ kankan mo sọ pé mi ì ní ṣépè mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n mo ti fi orí rọ̀dọ̀rọ̀dọ̀ orí olúwa ṣọ́ wa.
àbí o ẹ ṣe mà. Yes, sir. Oníyan ṣe ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo èyí tí ẹ bá wa jẹ́ náà, we really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. See you on the 13th. Light up. Yes. Ebony sísì mi, mo rí yín mo ráyọ̀, ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta.